Baylor, do you want a glitch character token? Unless there is just a big Baylor in the city.
Okay.
Well, I think we actually had a Dragon's Rest now anyway, so.
Yeah, last you left off, you were just reaching the northern gates of Dragon
Yeah,
Rest.
we reached the northern bit if I recall.
All right. Anyways, let's get the show on the road.
Show on the road. We are the show on the road.
Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers were left contemplating the predicament they had left themselves in. A lich set free into the wider world with a handful of Zinni's blood. What's the worst that could happen? Well, quite a lot by the sounds of it. As Zinni slept, her mind travelled to its familiar dreamscape, and as she tried to shepherd the wailing souls, she turned and was horrified. The scythe, the ever-spinning symbol of the Bone Maven and the method which they spoke to Zinni through, was gone. Zinni cried out as much as she could, pleading with the Bone Maven to come to her help and to hear her out. Zinni needed to warn her about the lich and what it had done. But her words fade into nothing, and there wasn't even a semblance of acknowledgement. Bone Maven wasn't here. Zinni couldn't feel her presence at all. Waking up in terror, Zinni ran into Anxi's room and commiserated with her. Zinni cried late into the night, but eventually she slept. On waking, she broke the news to her other comrades. Andros, worried about what Linnaeus' rampage might mean for him, tried to contact Revetulus. And what an interesting discussion it was. An angered Revetulus stared down at Andros on the verge of killing him outright, but when Andros revealed the revelations of Linnaeus, Revetulus's tone changed dramatically, saying that he was missing the show, but that Andros deserved some kind of reward for having a hand in putting these motions in play. A surge of power ran through Andros' hand, and he felt the power of his Rend Essence ability grow stronger. The entire group was disturbed at the revelation, and even more so when Anxi heard back from Carnellon. Widespread panic and pandemonium was festering throughout the mainland. Resurrection magic was not working, and the mainstream churches could not feel the presence of their deities. Racked with guilt and being told by Adrialis that all they could do was pray and hope, the group partook in a group prayer. Well, all except Andros, that is. The group tried their best to project their positive thoughts and heartfelt belief out into the wider cosmos, hoping that they would find whoever needed them. Not to overshadow those events, but something else all too curious happened as well. Some people bearing the symbol of House Duskforge came from Ironfetter and spoke with Tauren. They told him that they were seeking him out and that his father demanded that his childish rebellion ended and he was to come home. Sid bearing down over them and Tauren seeming less than willing to follow, the individuals thought better and left, but not before warning that people less agreeable than themselves would find Tauren in future. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence. Your mortal brain simply cannot comprehend the scale of events that you've set in motion. Who knows what kind of ramifications this could have on the world at large? The gods touch an innumerable amount of people across the cosmos. It's entirely possible that entire civilizations have collapsed in the short moments since the gods became absent. But you said it right yourself. Whatever has or is happening is far out of your reach. The best thing you can do now is carry on and do the best that you can do. So, Wayward Wanderers, the open morning air is ahead of you. What would you like to do?
I would like to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Would you say morning? Because it shouldn't be.
You guys set out in the morning, right? It was after Zinni woke up. You had it's still before midday, I'm guessing.
And where
Yeah,
are we?
we waited for Gwen to get back and such before we head off, so headed off from Settleton. So. It's definitely early in the day.
Are we all like in the same room?
You are all at the north gate of Dragon's Rest. You teleported into the city center and then walked northwards just before like midday or whatever it was. Well,
can you switch to the world map?
I can indeed for you. Even I'm starting to think maybe it isn't midday, but let's just say that it is for the sake of it. I can't be bothered to really change up so much.
But my spells.
Which spells?
Because if it's midday, I already have used lots of spells throughout the day. Because of the contact patron, then us reconvening, speaking with people, going to Adrealis, me and Baylor. All these things happened in the same day, so it can't be that early.
We had a long rest since going to Adrialis, though.
No.
Because that's when Zinni tried contacting a patron, remember?
No,
Yeah, it
that
was
was
when
definitely
Tyson did the
after.
Sid is,
Guys, that was definitely after we knew that the gods were, in danger. That's when Adrealis told us that what we can do is to pray.
When you went to the edge of the forest, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Sid is pacing around, lost in his own thoughts. Kind of going in a straight line, turning around, straight line back again, and just repeating that.
I do think it's early because we did all we did was we flew to the edge of the forest, which was quite quick as we flew there. Came back to Settleton, and then we left pretty much immediately. We didn't stick
Yeah, and we
around. at
teleported.
Settleton.
We didn't
We
wait
teleported,
around.
teleported straight to Dragon's Rest, and moved straight to the North Gate.
I don't think it's that late. It's just not early in the morning.
Yeah, midday seems right to me.
Yeah, let's just say midday then.
Okay, so the question is, do we want to go straight to the hole, or did we want to stop into some of the smaller towns along the way?
Straight to the hole.
Just beeline for it. Then.
Sid's still pacing around.
We go round the edge of the mountains, right? And then go to the hole before we reach Rydell.
Like that.
Like that.
Okay, did we want to get horses, or are we going to walk? I presume there's a stable nearby.
There's a
Yeah,
stable
what do
at
we do
every
with-
major gate of a city.
What do we do with the horses once we get to the hole?
You could you talk to him and ask him to go back to the stable?
I mean, we could always
Or
go
wait there for a
to.
bit.
How can I not draw?
Do you think about on the way back we're probably just going to teleport somewhere, so we don't need him on the way back. So
No,
if
we
you just
don't.
if you just talk to animals and tell them to go back to the stables, are your best bet?
What's the time difference, Dax? If we walk there, if we take horses?
Oh, were you asking me? Sorry.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What's the time difference if we walk there or if we take horses there?
Oh, okay.
That is not what I wanted to do.
Doesn't matter. I think Sid is growing a little bit impatient of all this bickering of you guys, and he might interrupt you at any moment.
We
That's
are
what all the
talking out
pacing
of
is about.
characters, Scuffy.
I know, but that is still kind of what's happening, right?
Well, we need to figure out how we're gonna get there. Be a bit patient.
It's not what Sid is about right now, and what's happening to the world. We don't have to RP it out, but I'm just saying that's kind of what's happening.
The Dex, is it a big difference time wise, or it's pretty close?
It'll take you.
We probably want a long rest before we go down there anyway.
It'll take you 2.5 days if you want to just walk the entire way from Dragon's Rest. If you got horses and road, you can make it to Rydell in a day, and then probably one more day to the hole.
Okay, we'll do that then. I think we'll do a long rest and then head straight in.
The Maverick's Path, the route going north from Dragon's Rest, is a bit of a precarious one, and is one that you have to take rather slowly.
I would argue we go there the quickest way we can, but obviously also not try to put ourselves in peril. But we're on a mission, right? We got to get to that hole.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're Wokey putting too much emphasis on the hole. Yeah, we are going there because we need to figure out what's happening in there. But this won't fix the problem with the gods. That has nothing to do with it.
No, for sure, but that's not what Sid knows.
I mean, for all we know, there could be like an anti-lich sword in there or something.
For sure.
I mean, if you want to worry about the horses, we can always drop them off at Weidel, couldn't we? At Wordle, Squirtle.
Right now.
I mean, we got like
At
we
Rydell,
can
yeah.
literally just tell them to go back to where we got them from. I guess.
Yeah. We don't even need to go all the way to Rydell, though, right? We can, like the Blue Arrow, just go around. And once we get to the hole, I can speak to them and send them back.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. So we
Yeah.
we get horses. We take a day to get close to the hole, long rest, and then a day to finish off the journey, and then we send the horses back.
Let's do that.
Okay, how much are the horses?
5 gold each.
Right.
I'll just take it all from mine. It's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. To let you guys know as well, I have enough diamonds for 2 revivifiers.
If they work.
Well, my magic doesn't come from the gods.
Exactly, they should work.
But wait,
Baylor, make an
it-
Arcana
yeah.
check.
not a very good one for me. Can I guidance?
You can.
Is it something we can help him with, or
I will say you
Oh, that's
have a passive reduction to the DC because Zinni is actually helping in this matter. Discussing it over your potential to revivify with Zinni, she talks you through the bare bones that she knows and understands. When people die, their souls go to wherever they go to whatever gods that they most aligned with during life. And any souls that return from there is only by the grace of the gods themselves that allow it to happen. But the source of magic to pull the soul from there could come from many varying sources. So, as far as you understand and what Zinni's telling you, you think it's likely that your Revivify is also not currently working.
Although from that, we could take that. He could probably be able to resurrect me, maybe. It's good to know.
Let's try not die, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we won't need to test it, but yeah. We'll try it if something does happen, obviously, but we'll see.
Okay, let's hit the road.
All right. Sid, roll me a d20. A 3.
3.
You guys start walking along what you know to be the Maverick's Path. You recall it was pseudo-named as such by Gandrick, the diary of the early settler that you once read about. He labelled the path northwards a Maverick's Path and the path southwards a Pioneer's Path. And that's what they still somehow are named to this given day. There's a lot of meaning in the names given to them because it really is true that only a Maverick would walk along these paths. As you were walking alongside the mountains, there are times where your horse just has enough room to plant its 2 legs on the path while being simultaneously next to a 200 plus foot cliff drop. It's a dangerous walk. And then you hear the wind start to pick up a bit. You hear them start to whip against the mountains around you. Is anybody going to do anything in this immediate moment?
think I'm gonna duck down low on the horse to sort of minimize air resistance as much as possible.
Same, and I have the reins of the horse in one hand, and my other hand's like over my chest, where Sizzle's kind of like tucked in.
You do
There's just
also,
strong
by the way,
winds.
have there's some good strong winds. There's also a wall right next to you. So there's a wall like pretty much right here on your left. That's textured all over that you could try to grab onto, but there's the path you're currently on is literally just like a foot or two wide.
Do we have to ditch the horses?
There's enough room for the horses to carry through, but as the wind is coming, what are you doing to secure yourselves in this moment?
I'll also
Is-
cast Speak with Animals.
Is there a tree nearby? Near my side.
No.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
it's pretty much scaling across very thin rocky paths. You need to use a spell slot to cast that because you don't have the time to cast it ritually, obviously.
I would
Absolutely
hide behind
disgusting.
like a circled wall.
And as I'm leaning forward, I'll just gently rub the horse's neck. Slow and steady, boy. Slow and steady. We'll be fine.
We are walking over Earth, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually,
I'll
it's
try
more
to-
pure stone at the moment. This is something that's just been barely carved into the
Okay.
mountain itself.
It's
Can't do
just the
anything then.
weather.
I know, I was just gonna mold Earth basically and try help my horse walk through it, like with something basically supporting it.
There are definitely bits of earth around that you could use to maybe like shape to create a little barrier, little bit at least next to you. Okay.
I will continue basically just casting mold Earth to try and help my, the stability around us.
Andros, what are you
So we
doing?
can actually.
I'm just trying to minimize when I'm leaning down against the horse, trying to hold on as tight as I can. Make sure it stays as far from the edge as it can as well. And otherwise, my cloak of billowing is just billowing extremely.
And Torin,
Oh,
what about
Andrew,
you?
I am gonna hide behind this circled wall that you said that there was.
You're gonna
The walls to the next to you, and the wind is currently like
Coming out in front of me.
yes. You could definitely like crouch up next to it, try and hold on to it as well as this gust of wind is coming at you. You've heard this sort of like wind summoning itself to, and you know it's heading in your direction. So you've had a couple of moments to think about what you're going to do. So I'm not like instantly doing this, but what else are you doing, Cord?
Okay, I'm actually gonna get off my horse and like try to calm my horse down and like just like stroking on its neck to calm it down. But I'm off my horse, holding him with like by its rope on its face.
You jump in front of the horse and just sort of like pull it closer to the wall and just sort of like pet it to try and tell it to hold steady for a moment.
Yep.
Yes, Planny?
Question: does it seem natural, as if like that's part of the weather and not something actually trying to attack us or slow us down?
Certainly feels natural.
Right. Okay.
Each of you roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage, please.
Ha! Now's my time to shine.
I didn't do a match up for the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be rough.
19 for mine.
I don't even need to roll another.
Advantage. Oh yeah.
Not 20.
10.
All of you watch as soon as the wind comes barreling in, everybody crouches. You feel your bodies freeze up as these cold winds whip against this the cliff overhead and the cliff beneath you. You all see as Anxie actually starts to like shudder quite a bit and like starts to tip and fall towards the edge of the cliff before flicking her hand out and catching herself in a bit of mold earth and tumbling back down into the pathway. You have all just barely survived the large gust of wind that came your way.
They should really install a railing here.
Oh, guys, I think we should get off our horses.
I kind of
Also-
look at Sid as like, I'm already down.
You will be traveling at about the same pace that you already were, because these horses were needing to walk rather slowly along this route anyway, so it's not making too much of a difference currently.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Does anyone have some rope?
We should all basically in our kits.
Guys, give me your ropes. And Sid starts grabbing his own rope as well and starts tying it around his waist. And he's passing it around and instructing everyone to do the same thing. And I also want to kind of, if Sid was not in front yet, he kind of wriggles around and tries to be in front, with everyone tied to each other basically, and Sid being sort of the anchor.
There are definitely parts of this path where it becomes a bit more wider so that you can more easily walk through. It never becomes a moment where you are like genuinely worried about tipping over, if save not for the wind, but there are times when it just gets thinner and wider. The path, it's a dangerous path as it is, but you make your way to the front. One of you has 50 feet of rope. That's what comes in the standard dungeoneering pack or whatever it is. So each of you are tied. Is everybody separately tied to you, or is it one continuous rope that strings from front to back?
Ooh, that's a good question. Guys, what's the safe thing?
One continuous.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think continuous. Yeah, better.
yeah, because then it's not just Sid carrying everyone.
How's visibility like as well with all the wind?
It's actually amazing because you're up essentially on the side of a cliff face and you're looking out over the ocean to your east. It's a really beautiful ocean, a really picturesque, glistening, beautiful, crisp, clean water. You see the waves out on the ocean is clearly quite a bit of wind racking everything. And as the more perceptive of you start to listen a bit more, you hear a good bit more of wind, but it's being dampened and blocked by a lot of the mountain around you. There are only sort of like specific parts where you become a bit more susceptible to it. Now that you're tied in one singular rope, can I get marching orders, please?
Sid in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Probably want strong people at the front and back, so I'll probably go like second.
I'm not the strongest person, but I have things to make me stronger. So
I'm probably the weakest actually. In terms of strength.
Definitely
You're
not.
not. In Andres and I have a -1 to strength.
Okay, I have 0.
I think logically speaking, it's probably Bela behind Sid. Also, just makes sense. I think finding the way a bit, helping Sid out with that as well. Looking ahead.
All right, so we've got Sid, Baelor, Andros Anxi, Torin in the back.
Where's Zinni?
Incorporeal, technically here, but also not here at the same time.
On the
Okay.
horse, just T-posing.
Yes. Okay,
We'll go back though.
continue making your way. Sid, roll me another d20, please. You start to crest and move around certain parts of it, and there becomes a part where you can see where your path down is going to be. You see it snaking along the cliff face, and you can see about like 300 feet ahead of you, in a straight line at least, but this is sort of zigzagging in lines with the cliff, where the path opens up and you become onto flat field plains once again. It goes a bit further down from where you are currently, and then as you're cresting around the top here, you hear another gust of wind whipping up. And as it slashes and smacks at the cliff faces, everybody needs to roll me again another dexterity saving throw, all with advantage again because you perceived that this was going to happen and you've all stepped off your horses now. Some good firm rolls and some advantages, definitely helping quite a lot of you. You all hold steadfast and manage to not get blown off. Some of you don't necessarily lose your footing, but you feel yourself get slid on some of the gravelly stone beneath you. But knowing that you're tied to at least 2 more of your comrades in your immediate vicinity strengthens your resolve and steels you enough. Make sure you stay on the Maverick's path. You take a slightly slower pace once more, again, until you reach the end, but eventually you come out of the cliff face path and out into some wider, gorgeous plains. You see ahead of you quite a myriad of trees. Really beautiful trees. And a lot of sort of like oddly shaped terrain. The ground itself almost seems to mimic waves in some kind of sense, where it sort of like bobs up and down, creating its own sort of like miniature valleys that you can see across like 5 or 6 of them, just like in rows across, just in your open field of vision. And just on the horizon, you see a small city that you know to be called Rydell.
How late is it at this point?
It is around we're getting towards the end of Reap now, so it's sort of like goldenish light in the sky, and you know that within the next couple hours, darkness will come and start to snuff out the light of the sky.
What I would suggest is we keep going until we get to the edge of the like dodgy looking trees on the map and have a long rest there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sid would agree with Andros. Eager to go towards the hole and save some time.
All right. You carry on your path and stay the course. As you turn around the corner and see the rest of the cliffs finally part, you get a real good look at least part of the hole. You see that the terrain ramps up and goes considerably high itself, probably almost bordering on it being a mountain itself. The raised lip that forms the crater of the hole is quite high off the ground level around it. Even though it's so far away, because it's so elevated, you can see it from this far back, you're still more than a day's travel away from it. It's rather ominous. Some of you that are a bit more perceptive can see a bit sort of like ridging across the top of it. Something that looks a bit too straight and square, possibly something man-made along the lip of the crater itself. You continue
If we're sitting
walking.
camp here.
You continue walking, and it's only a couple more hours until you start to notice whatever was implied by the way that this part of the map is drawn in. Trees losing their leaves, the ground losing its color slightly. You get to a point where, as you look west, you see just a sort of like grayish brown hue taking over the terrain and its foliage. And as you look back east, you see some luscious green trees and miniature valleys. It's odd. You don't know what exactly is causing this, but you can tell by the way that the map is drawn that it's somehow localized or somehow related to the whole. And the foliage here isn't strictly dead either. It seems like it's perpetually on the border of being withered. Flowers droop, bushes sag and just barely sprout from the ground. Trees themselves do have a couple of leaves on them, but they're not catching much sunlight. This place has the air of decay and death about it.
Guys, this place is giving me the creeps.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd suggest we camp here. I don't trust. I wouldn't want to like rest anywhere near like those trees if we can avoid it.
I kind of like sarcastically say with a bit of a smirk, "Smells like home."
It's not even that sarcastic. It's eerily close to what your home smells like.
Okay, I like sniff a little bit more. It's like actually, it's a bit like home.
While we're here, Baylor, could you send a bird ahead to like scout out? So obviously the only thing we're concerned about is look, we know it's guarded, but we don't know like where or if they patrol or what. Somebody, if you send a bird ahead, can you just spot if like there's people moving about or if there's an obvious entrance we can use?
How many miles away from the hole are we?
You're a day's worth of walking. So it's 18 hours of foot travel. A bird would be able to do that in like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I have another reason for asking for the mileage.
What is that reason? What druid shit have you got?
I have a spell where I can commune with the nature spirits to give me some information.
Alright, look.
It appears to be 50 feet.
I've got the mile measurements of the island somewhere, but I don't want to crack that out right now and do a bunch of math about exactly how much it is. How much does your thing say that you can have?
3 miles.
3 miles? It's definitely more than 3 miles.
Okay.
Because just a...
It's like an hour walk there.
Yes, an hour walk, 3 miles. That's like how we generically measure distance. It was the same with the hexes. That's why a hex took an hour to travel and it was 3 miles.
I mean, the bird taking 3 hours to get there is fine, because if we're going to rest here anyway, we're going to be here for like 6-7 hours. We can like fly there, have a look
8.
around, see if it sees anyone. Or 8, yeah. And then fly back before we leave.
Also, we can expedite our travels the next day, basically. We can do some flying. Since Doug said a bird would, get there in 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, it's an option. I think we definitely want to scout it out, folks. Like, I'm
Yeah, I was
presuming
just-
the edges are pretty steep. It's a question of like, is there a good way of getting into it, or is it like going to be climbing either way?
Yeah.
And also, is it guarded? You got to deal with that.
Mhm.
I would also suggest, because as you described, like it being fairly like wavy, like surface-wise, I'd suggest we make sure we camp in one of the ravines,
I think at
so
this
the fire
point,
is less visible.
It's hard to even call them a ravine because there's only like 30 to 40 feet of elevation difference between the top of these mini valleys and the bottom. It's very odd. It sort of looked like... Each of you roll me a perception check.
I was gonna say like the fact that Andres mentioned that there are some guards. That there could be guards at the hole. I think Torin knows that there's guards.
You guys know
around
that
the
there's
hole?
guards around the hole, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a question: is there like an entrance they guard, or do they patrol? Are we gonna have trouble getting in? That sort of thing.
I mean, that's for us to find out.
Some good checks all around. Those of you that scored above an 18, a lot of the way that the terrain looks right now looks like it's akin to ripples in some kind of way. They definitely weren't as big as when you just rounded the corner from the mountain. They're definitely getting a little steeper now.
I think we still definitely want to make sure we we camp at the bottom of one of those ripples and keep watch for the top, just so the fire doesn't like expose our position as much. We don't want like one of those patrols coming across us at night and
Could also just not make a fire as well.
I was probably suggesting.
I
Like
figured that would be a bad idea because you mentioned how cold it was on the cliffs and we're still quite close to the ocean.
Could make like an enclosed fire, like cover the top of it or or first half of it, and have like a small fire that comes out from one side, but it won't be.
Well, it's also like we probably want to fly in case there's any sort of creatures around as well. Like, presumably the wildlife here isn't that friendly.
So what's the plan?
I think it might be worth maybe resting at some place that's got like some kind of good like a place to like lay on next to a wall, or is there like no walls next to us? Is it just like trees? Is it just trees around us? Or
There's
I would argue
pretty sparse trees.
I would argue that's actually fine. Like the people with dark vision will see things coming. Things approaching can't really hide themselves. We just have to have people on watch. That's it. Should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, we do that then. Camp up and do a watch rotation. I can be on watch the entire time as well, but if it's probably worthwhile having 2 people on watch.
Yeah, Sid will definitely volunteer for the first watch.
I will go to sleep then.
I can help you with the first. Sorry.
Do you still want
That's
the familiar?
It's probably worthwhile having it scout while we rest, just so we've got a better idea of what we're going into.
Okay, so I'll summon a Fey Owl.
You take a moment to ritually summon a Fey Owl.
Oh no, I'm not ritually summoning it, just has the ritual symbol.
Oh, are you not going to ritually summon, then you just cast it? Alright.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to raise my hands up into the air, and you will see sort of grey and white magic coming out of my hands. And suddenly, just poof, a grey owl appears.
Grey Owl or Fey Owl? What did you say?
A Fey Owl, but it's grey in colour.
Okay. While it is grey in colour, it's rather odd and takes a lot of your companions, gives them a level of discomfort when they first see it. It's got really big, round, bulbous eyes, sort of like bulging out of its skull. And you can see that in one eye there's 2 pupils and in one eye there's 3. And they're sort of like always looking off in different directions, twitching, looking around, taking in what's around. You can see its skeleton. Its skin is thin and looks a little clammy. And it's sort of like a grayish hue, like you said, and it does have like a big set of like feathers for its tail, about as long as the entirety of its body itself. But it spawns, sits on your arm, and sort of like twists its neck around, definitely way further than any human could, as it perceives reality around it.
Yeah, Andros just says, yeah, I know Shambas are something pretty creepy, but I think that is creepier.
I could have made it creepier. I could have summoned a fiend, but this one's a Fey.
Yeah, Vader, that bird's fucked up.
Who invited one of my relatives?
He's
Sid
just fine.
slowly looks at you like, what?
I drop my current form. Hi, Sid.
I need a drink. I walk off and go make the campfire.
I go back to Anxi.
I mean,
It's
this-
probably, what's Torin's reaction to this?
Oh yeah.
I'm asleep, aren't I?
You fell asleep already straight away?
Yep. Like I'm like this is out of character. I would imagine if Torrent sees it, it'd probably think it is not Anxi. It probably thinks it's just like some kind of monster.
Because
I'm
it
just
really
going to,
does look like one.
Exactly. So
Yo.
at this point, Torrent is asleep and does not know what Anxi's form is.
All right.
For the better.
So who was taking first watch again? Anxi and
And Sid.
I'll take watch like the entire night because I can be up the entire night. If just different people want to sub in at times to help as well. If that makes sense. There's 2 people on watch all times.
Oh.
So the familiar's going to fly off. How long will it take to get there and back?
about 8 hours.
I was hoping to take the 3rd watch then, with my familiar arriving back.
Okay.
Also, are we now taking the first watch, basically? Because I kind of want to describe what Sid looks like and what he's doing.
One
Sure,
thing
go ahead.
before you do that, uh, just to make sense of it, Andrew said that he's gonna take watch with all of us, right? Because he's doing his little thing, right?
Mhm.
Did I understand correctly? Okay, then I'm gonna take the second one. Have fun.
But I don't mind, like, if like you want to like talk to Sid or something, you can
Nah,
figure that way. You can all get more or less.
It's all good.
Nightfall finds its way to the island, and eventually all the golden light starts to slightly fade from the sky. Your comrades are gathered around the campfire, snoozing away. Zinni seems a little restless. Sid and Andros? It's just the two of you awake.
So how I imagine Sid at this point is he probably found like a fell over tree or whatever. He's sitting on a log and he's peering towards the part that seems way more decayed, right?
Mhm.
Like all I can see in front of it is just decayed stuff, and he's sharpening his axe. Not looking at his axe though, just looking straight forward into the darkness. And Sissel's sitting on his shoulder, doing the exact same thing, just looking straight ahead. And all you hear is just the clinging, the shifting of whetstone against his axe.
Badass. All right, two of you roll me perception checks.
Yes, sir.
While both of you do have dark vision only lasts for a certain distance. Your ears still hear far beyond what your dark vision can see. But oddly enough, you don't really hear anything. There's a uneasy silence in the air. The kind of silence that makes you feel like there's something nearby, but that you can't see it or even really perceive it. The last time you felt this kind of silence was when you were in the Aesmore Wood on the cusp of Displacer Beast territory, where everything was way too quiet.
I'm quite concerned about. Can I spend some time to ritually cast alarm?
How far, like how wide of an area can you cast alarm over?
It is a 20-foot cube.
It's just barely gonna get around the campfire itself. You guys are up at the tip of one of these small valleys. So while you can turn around and see your companions, they're only like 50 feet away from you. You're 40 foot higher and keeping watch over the valleys.
Okay, could I just cast it sort of ahead of us towards the decayed area?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm indeed.
Just to try and catch anything that moves around we don't see. I'll have it make an audible sound as well.
What, like a mage squeak?
No, like a bell ringing.
The two of you take watch, mostly silently together. Andros, you can see that Sid has lots on his mind, and that he's very clearly thinking about a lot of stuff. Seems very focused. Sid, you half the time forget that Andros is there, but you were
Totally
staying focused on the task at hand that you've elected for. While you can't see the crater, your mind's eye paints a picture of roughly where the precipice of the crater's lip was. You look in that direction, though it's thousands of feet away at this point, you can still sort of feel it looming over you. As your watch comes to an end. You gonna go back and wake up Banksy, or?
Yeah. I was also gonna. I could imagine maybe talking to Sizzle a little bit, but we don't have to go back and doing that. But yeah, I would. My eyes would probably start getting a bit dry, a bit red, getting tired, feeling like I should get some rest, and I go wake up Anxie.
Okay. Anxie, you currently don't have dark vision.
I pick up. Is it like a small rock I can pick up and just cast a light on it and throw it out to distance? Just to give it
As soon as you do, Anxie turns and looks up and sees where you are. You can see her from the light of the campfire. She now can see you from the light of the stone. She starts to walk up towards your direction. Take her point to watch and be there to assist. Both of you roll perception checks, but Anxie do it with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a medicine check. So.
Holy Anxie.
All right.
That's why you get bonuses to it. Okay. During the watch, I'll also reattune to my robes, and I assume since Andros can see in the dark, he'll see Anxie concentrating on her current abilities, and out of nowhere, she just starts flying. And
just like floating upwards, or just flying off quickly, or
flying. You literally just see her. She's just focusing on something, trying to figure out how to make it work. Then she touches her arms and just starts floating and does a little spin around you, and then just goes back. And what I did is basically, instead of having Blink as a chosen spell for my robes, I'm changing it with Fly, because I think it's going to be more useful.
Ooh.
I would also say, while Sid is laying in his bedroll, right? Like he's laying on one side, a little bit of trouble falling asleep, rolls over to the other side, looks in front of him a little bit, sees Anxie flying around, rolls back to the other side.
I love that for you. Okay.
I just went saying, that seems like it could be pretty useful. Especially as we're going to go down into a crater.
I love that Cedric when it's just like, this is normal for you now.
Also, like, I must be dreaming or something. I'm too tired for this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Andres, I've been working on it. Happily now we can use it. And I go towards you, touch you, and you start floating as well. For 10 minutes. So have fun.
Okay, well, I just start like grabbing onto the log I was sitting on, like, trying to avoid flying up.
I mean, you can stop it. You can literally just stay on the ground. You don't have to fly.
Okay, so
you
it's
have
not
the
like
ability.
Okay, cool.
His leg
You
starts
literally
like
just can't
slightly
fly.
float a bit, and he stamps it back down to the ground.
I can so imagine Andros faking a smile, like, thanks. Yeah.
You're not really fun, are you? And with the rest of my spells, I'll send a few sending spells, but that's it. I won't be doing anything else during the watch.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, thank God. I thought, oh no, you're gonna do something to Torrin while he's just in a deep sleep.
No.
No one is to be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you do that, the rest of your watch carries on. You keep an eager ear out for something, anything. But it's only an eerie silence that finds its way back to your ears. You don't hear anything specifically, but you hear a slight creaking of trees, a hollow sounding breeze of wind.
While that's happening, would I be able to cast Detect Thoughts and try and sense whether there's any thinking creatures around us,
You can.
apart from my friends.
What's the distance on detect thoughts? And do you need to see the target?
I don't think so. Just a second. I'll tell you now. I want to use the sense thoughts thing. You sense the presence of thoughts within 30 feet of yourself that belong to creatures that know languages or are telepathic.
Okay. And how long does that last?
I think it's a minute.
Okay. You do cast detect thoughts. You can briefly hear mumblings in Andros's brain, though you try and not pay attention to it unless you don't want to.
I think it's fine.
Setting your
I don't
mind
have to know
out
what he's
to
thinking.
whatever's around you, you again hear absolutely nothing.
Okay.
There's an eerie sense that there's something about this place, something wrong with it, something out there, something about the land itself. It just doesn't feel right. But your watch eventually comes to an end. So, gonna go wake up Baylor.
Yep. I gently push him a bit. Wake up, Baylor. Come on. It's your turn.
Really? I'm up.
Okay.
Baylor, what is the distance for your find familiar that you can see through its eyes?
100 feet.
So not very far at all then. Okay.
No. I did think about that, but I didn't check.
You find your way up to Andros, who again lights up a rock for you to see him and find your way to him. It's only an hour or two into your watch, like an hour and a half, that you start to see light on the horizon as the night slowly starts to part. You can't really see much of what's ahead of you because, again, the light's only on the horizon, hasn't made it to you yet. But this part of the world's starting to wake up again. Both of you roll me perception checks, but Bale will do it with disadvantage unless you cast Dark Vision.
I'm just not rolling well today.
Yeah, I will Dark Vision.
Saving it up for combat, surely.
Ah, yes, surely. I do have an inspiration I can use, but I'm probably not going to use it on this.
Considering my Dark Vision is more than 60 feet,
Mm-hmm.
do I get advantage on my perception now?
No. You just get a straight roll, and you'd be lucky to have that. $24, though. You're a perceptive guy, Baylor. Always have been, and it's one of the things that members of the Nazareth Heli always complimented you about. That you were able to notice the smallest of things or feel the smallest wrinkles in whatever's around. You can't help but feel that this part of the world is filled with wrinkles. There's something deeply wrong about whatever this place is. There's an unnatural feeling to it. You can't feel exactly what that feeling is, but you know something just isn't right. But your watch goes off without a hitch as the uneasy silence eventually breaks to the sound of birds in the distance east of you. animals and critters waking up that find themselves on the edge of the hole's feeling of decay. And your group each gets the benefit of a long rest.
Just as we're finishing up with Baylor, I just ask, you're pretty good with animals. Do you sense any animals in the direction of the hole, or is it just empty? Like, I can hear birds behind us. Just wondering, like, is it just like there's no life in this direction?
Dax, you'll need to tell me what I'm...
Do you have any actual, like, specific abilities that can do that?
No.
Yeah. It's
Then
got
just
to
roll
be
me
like
a-
the animals.
Roll me a general nature check then.
I would guess, like, do you see like the birds avoiding going in this direction, sort of thing?
I think it's pretty fucked. I think we're clear on the fact that this is a fucked up piece of land.
I'll use inspiration to re-roll that before I take a long rest.
Okay, you cheeky bugger.
Ah!
And
Nice try.
I appreciate the try, yeah.
Still, an 11 is still something. You can give yourself guidance as well, because this was sort of like a conscious moment rather than a reflexive one. It gives you a 12. You try to perceive nature around you, and as the rest of the world's waking up and a bit of light finds itself along the terrain, you try to keep an eye out for any kind of fauna. And the more you look west, the more nothingness it feels, as if it just really just feels like there isn't anything there. Looking around east of you, you can see just some small semblances of little creature habitats. Nothing too big, nothing too small. A bird nest in the occasional tree, but there's a rather distinct lack of animals coming closer and to the border of the hole's decay. But as long as you've all pressed your long rests, you guys are all awake and ready to
Is
carry on with
Baylor's
the day.
familiar got back yet?
As you all awake, you hear Baylor and then see the flapping of some thin, fleshy wings as your Fey Owl comes and rests on your shoulder.
welcome back. What did you see?
Does it just impart its knowledge to you mentally?
Yeah, it's a telepathic link.
Okay. It starts to recall to you what it saw. Being a Fey creature, it happens to do this in a rather roundabout way, describing more of how it felt rather than what it actually saw, but it still gives you enough detail to put things into perspective. Closer and closer that the owl flew towards the hole, it talks about how the more uneasy it felt, the more worried and anxious and desperate it felt to look for some sort of respite to finally land. As it flew to the top of the lip of the crater, it found that along the lip that it came into contact with, there was some sort of loose humanoid settlement that was, as far as it could see, along the top. It seems to have walls up and around both the outside and inside, and that from the inside, going into the crater, there's something like a 20 to 25 foot drop from the wooden scaffolding that holds this small settlement aloft to where you can finally get stable ground to walk on inside the hole. It doesn't describe to you what it saw further into the hole, because it doesn't have the dark vision for infinite range. It was able to see the settlements along the top. It could not see very far down into the hole, or even how far across it was. It talked about seeing minimal people. It saw a lot of sleeping creatures. Describes them to you as creatures, but the more it describes them, they're humanoid, some kind of guards wearing metal armor all over. Again, this Fey Owl's description of things is so unorthodox, but you can sort of pass the meaning through the words. There's quite a lot of guards along this rim that it was around. Mass majority of them sleeping throughout the night, with the occasional one watching, mostly peering down towards the hole. And that's it.
Do you relay that to the rest of us as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it does sound like we can't really avoid people getting in the hole. Sounds like it's around the whole edge.
So we'll just need to convince them that we can handle ourselves.
Yeah, I say we just ride up and see what they say.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Setting off again. What are you doing with these horses, by the way?
I figured we'd probably just ride them up to the hole. There's like no reason to walk rest of the way.
Yeah.
And then when we get to like the walls, we can send them back.
Okay. Getting on the horses and riding towards the hole now. It's so hard to describe because it's at some points imperceptible, but at some points the only thing you can feel. This general malaise of uneasiness takes you all. It ebbs and flows throughout the day as you ride, but it is ever present. Things just don't sound quite right. Things don't look quite right. Almost as if the entire world was on some kind of Dutch angle where everything just feels a little off. The closer you get in the now, higher you start to ride these horses up along the ramping elevation around the hole. You start to see and get a better idea of this settlement. As far wide around as you can see, there is sort of a wooden wall that's been erected. And you can see that atop it, there's just sort of like small little wooden buildings that seem to go as far around the hole that you can see. Who knows if it goes all the way around, but like the good 15 degrees that you can currently see of the hole, it's across all of that at the very least. Are you doing anything before you get real close to it?
Is there any obvious gate or entrance to the settlement?
Not one that you can currently see.
Zip would definitely tell the group to let's just keep going.
Yeah, I agree. We just ride up and hopefully somebody on a wall will tell us how to get in.
I'd agree. Probably keep moving up, see what the issue is. If there is an issue.
You ride right on up to this wooden wall, and it quite is, literally is exactly that. It's like a 20-ish foot high wooden wall. Seems to be relatively thin as you look at it and knock on it slightly, but it is sort of serving as a foundation of a scaffolding-like lip that seems to go around the the lip of the hole. You see a couple buildings and sort of like shacks atop it, and after hearing you approach, one in some kind of like armor looks down. Hey, well, what are you doing here?
We know nothing really. We're just travelers and we want to go into the hole. We know
Oh, bloody
funny places.
tourists. Entrance is like an hour's travel that way. Just carry on.
Thank you, guide, sir. Have a great day.
Walked off and you can't see him anymore.
Well, that
Tourists.
guy's a
you say?
bit
Wait,
rude.
what? Entrance to the hole is there, but they refused Terry an entrance, or they refused him to get deeper in.
So I presume they mean the entrance to the settlement to talk to like the guards and such is that
Okay,
way.
sorry.
Obviously, there has to be some way they can rotate people in and out and so on.
Fair.
You travel about an hour northwards, following along the wooden wall of the scaffolding, and eventually you do come to basically a gate. After being sort of like handing down someone from inside, they open the gate for you and you ride your horses in. They're given to some sort of like bare bones stable, and you agree to put stairs that go up to the top. And as you come to the top of these stairs, you get a good look at what exactly this is. You can see just about to the other end of the hole. You get the feeling just by trying to gauge its size that it's probably actually a bit smaller than it's depicted on the map, but not by that much. It's sort of like just on the cusp of the horizon, but you can see that this very loose wooden settlement and sort of like lip goes all the way around the lip of the hole. There are some places where you can see that buildings are more localized and like kept together, the shacks, and they're sort of like patches that they are. But these are the Watchers, a group of independent guards, mostly derived from Steadworth, not Settleton, that choose to get paid a decent wage for some of the potentially most dangerous work on the island. As you come in, you're not really greeted, almost shunned. People sort of like almost don't want to notice you. The people that are walking around the perimeter of the scaffolding are always keeping their bodies mostly turned and facing towards the center of the hole. Some silently keeping watch, others chatting with each other as they keep glancing over in the direction.
So there's a serious look on his face, looking around, seeing all these people looking at us like this, and there's a very quick little at his armpits, thinking like, do I smell or something?
Are we able to see into the hole from here? Just wondering, like, do we see anything?
So, as you look down into the hole, you can see that this absolutely is some kind of crater. The extent of what's caused this, you don't really know. But there seems to be almost sort of weirdly almost carved paths, but there's several of them. You count probably like 8 to 10 of them that just sort of like spiral down towards the center of the hole. Those of you that are looking towards it, roll me a perception check. The dusty brown dirt of the hole is sort of like littered with like an ebb and flow of just like terrain. Sometimes the dirt really rucks up, sometimes there's a bit of a boulder, but it's quite open most of the way down. Baylor, you, however, as you look to the very center of the hole, the deepest part of the hole, you see some movement, of which what it is you don't know, but you also see that the terrain at the very center has a slightly more reddish tint to it than the perpetually brown surrounding.
Okay, should we jump in?
I
How
mean, if
far
there's a
is
way
it
to go
from
down.
town if we just jump in?
If you were to just
I
jump
was-
in
I
and
was-
like,
I was saying that jokingly. I'm not actually suggesting we
if
jump
you
in
were
now.
to like drop down like the 20-foot drop into the hole and just walk, you estimate just by gauging it'd probably take you like 4 or 5 hours to get to the center of the hole.
Could we not just fly down?
We can fly down.
What's the time of day?
It is mid-afternoon.
Also, would we not ask any questions to the people who are already there? We're just
Hmm.
gonna ignore them,
Yeah,
jump down, and fuck
I,
off.
I think we talked to the guys here. 'Cause I've got a feeling we don't want to be in that hole at night. So I think we go like straight early morning. So we do a long rest here in the settlement and talk to the guys in the meantime.
I mean, it's a hole. It's gonna be dark anyway. At
I mean,
least for most part of the day, it's gonna be in the shadows. We will probably have some daylight, but that's only when the sun is like right above it. But as soon as it starts moving along, half the hole will already be in shadows.
This thing is too wide for that. The sort of lip,
It's not that
the
deep, okay.
crater's lip is like a. It feels like they've deliberately made a sort of 20-foot drop from where the settlement scaffolding is down to where it's not like straight vertical anymore, where you can start to walk. But the hole is so wide that there is like a decent amount of shadow, but most of the day there's good daylight across almost all of it.
Okay.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, eventually someone comes up to you. Slightly different. Everybody before has been clad in some armor and been wearing a helmet, but this man doesn't wear a helmet. You see he's actually got it fastened to his waist. Comes up to you. He's got short, buzz-cut blonde hair. He's a human in his probably mid-40s, if you had to guess. But the one most prominent thing that you notice about him is that there is a good chunk of hair on the top of his head that isn't growing because there's a scar that leads from pretty much like the top of his head down through his forehead, across his eye, and down to the bottom of his jawline. The scar, where it's healed, means that no hair grows on that spot, but it's sort of very weathered scar skin that runs all the way down his face. He walks up to you. Hey. My guys told me we got some new tourists. What do you want here?
We're no tourists. We're here strictly on business.
Business? What kind?
Well, that's our business. That's why it's called
Yeah, well, it's my fucking business too, alright? Tell me what you're doing here, or I'll kick you out.
Alright, well, calm down.
No need for hostility.
Do you know where you are, love?
To an extent, and we are trying to figure out more. And you could maybe help us with that.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great idea. It's a mighty fine scar you have there, by the way.
Yeah. He's looking at you with rather dead eyes and is kind of not really engaging with you. But he's here, staring over you. You've got his attention.
Alright, since it's your business now as well. What, like, we can't go down this hole?
No.
Whoa.
Why?
Because you'll be as good as dead if you do.
It's just a hole.
Do I notice anything like odd about his like the way he speaks, like his face or what he's wearing, as if he's like experienced something in the hole before?
Roll an insight check.
May I do the same?
Sure.
Oh, 20! Haha!
It's a nat 20. Oh yeah, because you've got nothing to
Yeah.
your wisdom. God damn.
Yep, it's a nat 20.
Okay. The two of you feel that this is an incredibly weathered and experienced gentleman. The way in which he talks to you, it isn't from a place of aggression. He's not angry with you. It's more that whatever this place is, you feel that it demands this sort of response from him.
Okay. You see, we might look very strange and weak, but
Hey,
some of us, okay, I'm not very strong, Cedric. I have other means of dealing with the world.
you
But-
strong mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, but our job brings us here. We have been tasked to research what exactly is happening in this place and what's causing these horrors to appear from this hole and what's caused the appearance of it. And while I understand it might look like a very weird thing to be researching now, we'd like to continue with that, and it would be awesome if you don't try and stop us.
See? Real business. We're not fucking tourists.
Who are you doing this research for?
That's our business.
No, it's my fucking business.
Right. Sorry, you keep saying that. Sorry.
It is
Can
a hole
I-
and it looks cool. Can we not enter?
Can I gauge whether us responding to him with the name of our sponsor would basically cause him to shun us? Because he's already said no to Terry once, I would
You
assume.
cannot roll for that.
Lovely.
We
Um,
can consider going a different route. Because I do feel like maybe we do not want to tell him about Terry. And we might want to play some other cards first to see if that works. Let's say do Grimscorn card for whatever reason. Wayward Wanderers card. We could do that too.
We
Good
could
try.
say we've been sent by pirates and by the lords to investigate.
Andros can hand him some gold.
Yeah, Andros,
Well,
not
as
anyone
to
else.
come
Andros
along.
can hand him the gold.
Andros, yeah.
I'd also say I don't think they'd know about the druids. It's really only the lords of the island who know about the druids.
Oh, we could just say the
Yeah.
lords, and like we're sent by
I
like,
don't-
Lord Hafford or something.
He died soonish, and now his son is like, "Go check this hole."
These
makes no
guys don't
sense.
seem to get out much. Like they might not know.
I was gonna say I could maybe try and just say like I could just tell that to the guy who I am in terms of royalty and what I am, but I don't.
You can
think
do
I
that.
could- But the thing is, I am really low on persuasion. I
So
don't
the
think I
issue
could
is,
persuade him to
if
move
you
he
tell
knows
him who you are, I don't think he'll let you in the hole even more.
Alright, okay. Alright,
Yeah.
fuck this. Sorry, did you ever hear about the Wayward Wanderers?
She stares at you blankly and silently.
The Wayward Wanderers, heroes or some town's name I can't remember. We also did this
Edgewood.
very Edgewood. Thank you, Angsty. We also
Never
did
heard
this
of you.
tournament. Oh, for fuck's sake! We're
Oh,
great warriors, all right. We can handle
most-
ourselves.
Most of you guys are from Steadworth. We beat one of your arena teams in Steadworth. What are they called again?
Mage Slayers.
Mage Slayers,
Slayers?
that's it.
Never heard of him.
I like you. Okay, let's talk business. So I assume your job here is to deal with the shamblers that show up from the hall, right? To make sure they don't reach the civilization.
First mistake. These things ain't shamblers.
What are they?
Something else entirely.
And would you be opposed to try and explain?
I'd certainly like to. Spent a lifetime here on this wall, and even I struggle to describe what exactly they are. Amalgamations of flesh, mouths, teeth, eyes. Creatures that can barely be described. It's horrific down there.
If it's flesh, they can bleed, and if they can bleed, they can die. You see this X on my back? I think I'll do just fine, alright?
Yeah, that's my job, buddy, not yours.
Alright,
Okay.
well, Jesus, well, how about you and your wonderful attitude join us down there into the hall, alright? It would be an absolute pleasure to have you around. You're such a delight.
We're not due
How
for a
about
cull
that?
for a couple years, probably, so no.
Could I like?
What did you say?
Uh,
Sorry.
We're not due for a cull for a couple of years.
Oh, calling? Call?
Cull, C-U-L-L.
Yeah, so like calling, right?
Mhm.
Like, is that the same thing, sort of? Not a native speaker, buddy.
That's all right.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can I, like,
Uh,
try-
so
can I,
based on the context, I'm guessing every few years they do an expedition down there to kill as many of them as they can.
Yeah, they don't have to go down there for a bit.
Tori, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, could I like confront this man and show him my balebone dagger and say to him, "We've seen many vast, unusual aberrations before, and we've also fought a few." And just to kind of like show him that the dagger is like a very unusual looking weaponry, but it could show that we like this is not new to us as well.
As you
I just
sidle
whispered
up to him and just sort of flash this dagger at him, he stands slightly taller than you. He's like around 6 foot dead, but he's got a greatsword on his back. And you see as he slightly pulls his greatsword out of his sheath as well, and you see that he is also wielding balebone weaponry. For the rest of you that haven't seen this or had it described before, this is a weapon that has. It looks like a standard greatsword, and it's got like. It's made of steel, apart from the sharp edge where you would normally go to cut people with. There's sort of like a milky bone-like material running all the way along the blade's edge and the blade's point. Yeah, you got some fancy daggers. Nice.
Can I explain? So like this, it's balebone weaponry. I mean, and as you might recall,
Yeah, buddy, I know.
could this not give you any more of a reason for me to enter down with my comrades, my friends?
Do you want to die?
Yeah.
Well, trust me, we've seen a lot worse before. We're quite willing to die at any kind of cost.
You're clearly too stupid, alright. I can't let you go down regardless, no matter how strong you might be. We go down and cull these things only when we need to. Last time we had an incursion that was ill-befitting, or that we didn't fully complete as we needed to. The things rallied, overwhelmed us, and half the population of Fool's Rest got killed. I ain't gonna let some smarmy gutter punks go down just because they think they got the balls to take them.
It's what we want now. What did he say? Alright, so you're basically saying there's no chance in hell we're going down there for the next couple of years.
Even when the call comes, you ain't coming.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well,
Oh, okay.
this is a
I'm
big
kind
waste
of
of time.
okay. So, what are the negatives of us getting there? No, like us dying. That's the negatives, correct?
You could embolden the creatures and they would storm us once again, but we're not prepared. Or burrow their way out as they've done once before as well.
That's
mean,
a valid reasoning.
How would us going in there encourage them to burrow out? Surely they'll just burrow out.
I don't
anytime.
know. They're things beyond my comprehension. I'm not going to try and put myself in their feet. I don't know
And the way I
what
see it
causes
is-
them to tick, what they think, what their instincts are. I just know them if we leave them well enough alone. Only approach them when we can kill as much as we need to. This island and the people around it can live a bit more peacefully.
I understand, but if we manage to understand what exactly is causing these creatures to show up every now and then, and for you to be defending the world from them, well, the island, we might put a stop on it, and you will not have to do that ever again. You won't have to risk your life for it. And while you can't sense why these creatures are doing what they're doing, I for once can. I can sense why you are doing things. And
You don't get it. But that's fine. You're not going down either way.
Right. Okay. Well, if that's not working,
They steadily grow and grow in numbers as the years pass. We make
Right.
incursions, we kill them down to appropriate numbers so they can't retaliate immediately after, effectively stumping whatever they were planning or going to do.
I mean, does it? Why would you leave them to recover their numbers, though? Surely you just cut them all down to, 0.
Because we can't go further
Just keep it
down
rolling.
and in. It gets too dangerous.
What?
Well, sounds like a skill issue.
okay. I feel like this conversation
Yeah,
it's not
above the
going
table-
anywhere.
Above the table, I think our DM doesn't want us to go down there and kill our characters off.
I mean, we've been sent to investigate the hole.
I mean,
Like,
this
we're going
is
to go down
one area
there
of the hole.
regardless.
We could always go around the other side of the hole. Maybe might be a different scenario if we're getting in.
I mean, we can't just fly there. How are they gonna stop us? Like, there are ways we can do that, but also we're already talking to this man. He's been basically told what we are planning on doing, and I was about to cast suggestion on him. So
Before you cast suggestion, so I just ask, like, so when you do go to do an incursion and kill them, how many men do you go with, like, typically?
About 100, 150.
Okay, and you said if that number of people go in and you don't kill them enough, that causes issues as they, like, essentially attack back.
Retaliate. They're beasts. Mindless creatures.
Yeah. Do you really think 6 people would have the same effect?
Yeah, we could try to.
I mean, we're hardly an army.
Avoid any contact, you know.
Make a group persuasion check. It is an incredibly high DC.
Can I inspiration that if it's a group 1?
Yeah, you can re-roll your own one.
oh,
19.
he was lucky.
Can I guidance whoever gets the highest roll?
Okay, 27.
It was a 30.
Maybe a tiny group of numbnuts like you wouldn't ignite their bloodlust. I don't know. It's not a chance I'm willing to make. If you really are going to be that stupid, I'm not following you in to pull you out.
You don't
what
have
a
to.
bummer. Would have been a delight to have you around. Sid kind of rolls his eyes and look away.
Don't get me wrong, you don't have my blessing. You can't use these lifts to get down. And he turns and points, and there's sort of like a pulley system lift that sort of like lowers down like a...
Well, joke's on you. I figure we can fly. We can fly.
I look at Baylor. Shall we?
So that's fine. Would we be okay to stay here overnight, at least, before heading down? I mean, we can camp outside if you prefer, but like, don't really see. Surely having some extra people here in case they do attack would be useful.
Because of your incredibly good perception check, he doesn't like you, but he is willing to impart a little bit of information that he wouldn't have done otherwise.
Persuasion. Yeah, yeah.
Your best shot is that if you go down in the blackest of night,
Right.
Oh, let's
don't
go.
be waiting for morning. Don't get me wrong. You fuckers are gonna die.
In that case, shall we?
We want to wait.
I suppose we should go. We'll
Is it
send you a
dark
postcard
already?
from hell.
He sighs and looks you over. You want to find me again? You ask one of the lads for Captain Wayan.
I wanted to turn into a bird in front of this guy so bad.
He turns and walks off.
Captain Wayan.
Weyin.
I don't think it's dark yet. Do we want to wait until we go down a little bit? Until it is dark?
Given that advice, yeah, I'd want to wait till it's dark.
Yeah, I understood it was already dark because we took a long rest and Doug said that it would take us one
It's like
day to get
mid-afternoon
here.
by the time you got here, and it's now
Okay.
late afternoon.
Yeah, so we don't need to wait long. Just wait for the sun to go down.
Yeah, we probably want a full day.
Who can't see in the dark? I can't remember.
Me and
Can say
Baylor
goodbye to him.
cannot.
Okay, so it's just you and Baylor. Okay.
Can say,
Cool.
like,
Baylor.
do we say goodbye to him, by the way, to the captain?
He just walks off.
All right, Headstone. Until we meet again.
You see him like tilt his head slightly, thinking about turning in your direction as he walks away, but then turns and carries on.
He hears slightly in his head. Take care.
You hear just a sort of like a
How that doesn't get you in trouble sometimes is beyond me.
Because it usually scares people.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
On the topic of you speaking to people's mind, Anxie, how long can you speak into someone's mind after line of sight drops? Because I'm not sure if it's something that scales with your levels.
No, I think it was. I'm going to tell you in a second. The fuck?
Because I'm not sure if it's a number of minutes equal to your proficiency bonus, your sorcerer level, or just a flat amount.
I'm just big blind right now. Sorry. Trying to find it. You can and the chosen creature. You and the chosen creature can communicate telepathically with each other while the two of you are within a number of miles of each other, equal to your charisma modifier. So it's a minimum of 1 mile, and it would be, I suppose, 4 miles.
So you don't
Because my charisma-
require line of sight.
I'll tell you in a second.
I thought it was you have it infinitely until line of sight breaks, then it lasts for X amount of
No.
minutes.
There is no. The telepathic connection lasts for a number of minutes equal to your sorcerer level, which in this case is 10. It ends early if you use this ability to form a connection with a different creature. Nothing about line of sight.
Really?
So yeah. So currently I can speak into this man's head for 10 minutes.
You have to see them to initiate the connection. That's the part I'm thinking of.
Yes. And I've seen him.
Hmm.
That's how it works in general.
Oh, telepathic connection lasts for a number of minutes equal to your sorcerer level. That's the scaling
That's
part.
what I said.
Okay, right. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
level 10.
So for 10 minutes, you can speak as long as they're within 4 miles of you. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite a bit.
Sure. Just double checking.
Okay.
While you guys
if
decide
we're
on what
going-
you're going to do and how, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I'm thinking obviously the downside is we've got 2 people who can't see in the dark, but if we take torches, I can use control flame to double the light radius of those torches for an hour.
Don't worry about dark vision. I've got that covered.
Okay, cool. So we're just gonna head down then. Yes. We could literally just all get in a bag of holding, bail or transform, go down, and then just jump out. Be in there for like 30 seconds. Although we probably want to use your flying to get down a bit lower, then to have to just take the entire route around.
Shift.
Mm.
Is dark vision concentration? Was that a yes or a no?
I think while
It was
Dax
a
is
no.
being away for 2 minutes, I'm gonna get a
Okay.
drink too. I'm gonna get a drink. Be right back.
That's how I can cast it on both of us because it's not
Mm.
concentration.
I
And
was
it lasts for 8 hours.
yeah, no, I was just making sure that it wouldn't basically disappear once we cast polymorph.
I don't need to polymorph.
Oh, right.
I can just wild shape now and use polymorph for something else.
Yeah, we want to save our spell slots, really. I'm guessing there'll be a fight at some point.
Oh yeah, but how do we get down if
Well,
only one of us
Baylor-
can?
I can use wild shape and taxi everybody down 1 or 2 at a time.
Well, we just jump in the bag of holding. Like, you'll suffocate if you're in for hours, but it's like a 30-second thing. You jump in, jump out.
Yeah, I think at this point we can just say we go down. Once Torn is back. Spec of holding. Like, it is only 30 seconds down, basically. Yeah, it was 20 feet drop or something, right?
Yeah, it's like a 20 feet
Yeah,
drop
so
from the
it's not-
scaffolding down to the walkable parts of the crater.
Can Sid just jump that?
You
What
take
does falling damage
some damage.
Got it.
I'm just thinking bag of holding, Baylor shifting, like means there's only one spell slot for all of us to get in there.
A wild shape or a shapeshift takes like hours, right? So it's only going to be like a minute or 2 to shepherd you down individually.
Yeah, all that.
Sure.
The thing is, like, if possible, we want to get down a bit deeper via flying rather than having to walk around the whole edge. Like, even if it's just down a few levels and start walking.
Or you cast Fly on Sid. He grabs one person with one arm, the other one with the other one. Just flies you
Yeah.
down.
I was
Sid-
thinking about doing that.
Really? Oh, wow.
Could just have Sid, like, do a big jumping attack into whatever's in the center with the axe while using fly. Just one shot, whatever it is.
What, like
Dimension door
the
down.
owlbear, the owlbear strat?
Wait, it's when we get down there and it's just a lich in a chair and it's like, oh shit, not again.
I do imagine that's like, well, we had Watch, for example. That if Andros and Sid would ever get into a conversation, it's stupid shit like that they would talk about. And Sid would just like, no, I don't like heights like that, whatever. And then mid combat somewhere, I'll call for it. Fuck it. Send me up. Let's do it. And then I just fall to my death.
Hmm.
And that was the end of Sid.
We're basically gods.
Yeah. Well, there's no gods left to compare us with, so what's a god?
Well, I mean, there's some. Like, it's only half the gods who have disappeared.
I keep getting a lot of YouTube shorts about Dungeons Dragons shit.
Hell
There's
yeah,
no
man.
Good creators out there. Which is the stupid shit that parties pull.
Alright, I'm back.
Ayo. So, what are you thinking and what's the plan then?
So at this point, we've just passed the guards, haven't we?
Yeah, we're basically free to now to decide how we're getting down there. So there's a little group discussion happening on how we're gonna do it.
And when is another thing.
Yeah, I think we wait until the sun goes down based on what he
Yeah.
says, and then we go down.
I mean, does it make much of a difference?
Well, I mean, he specifically suggested it, so
Yeah.
I find it quieter at night or something.
Because I would have always thought if you go into a hole, the hole is always just going to be dark.
We already covered that. It's with how wide it is, it doesn't get that dark.
It's a crater, not a hole, but it's just called the hole.
Yeah. And we're going down basically. And even in the dark it's fine because Baylor can cast dark vision all of us. And you have dark vision anyway, so
Everybody
Won't
bar
obviously see
Baylor
everything.
and Anxie have dark vision.
I think we
Yeah.
do need to be careful though. Like it could be quite dangerous, and if we need to, it's like how long does it take to cast that?
I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be walking down there with our weapons drawn. Alright, is everyone
long is
here?
Sorry, just a quick question: how long does it take
Yeah.
to cast teleportation circle?
Minute?
Oh, it's
10
1
minutes?
minute. Okay. So if something happens and we need to get out, then if you can cover me for 3 rounds, we'll use the orb to teleport away. Like if we're in a dangerous situation.
Can try.
Yeah, so I believe the plan was for Baylor to shapeshift and take us in.
Okay then. So, Baylor, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Polymorph or wild shape?
I'm gonna wild shape. Save my spell slot. Giant owl.
I need you guys to be very precise about exactly when you're going in. The sun sets and golden light comes into the sky, and everything still is viewable for a good couple of hours until the sun sets a bit further, the light that bends around the world fades, and it becomes pitch black darkness. How long into that darkness, if any, are you going to be waiting before you begin your incursion?
I say as soon as it's dark.
Yeah. Like a little bit after the sun went over the horizon. Because otherwise you still have some light in the sky. But I would say as soon as we start seeing some stars.
So when the sun goes below the horizon, you still have light for like a good 3 hours.
Yes,
Because the daytime to nighttime cycle is kind of lopsided in this part of the world.
I would definitely say we wait until we see some stars.
Yeah. What exactly did the guy say about the darkness?
He didn't say why, I think. He only said we
No, no.
should.
Not why, what?
He said you
What was the exact
wait
wording?
until the darkest of night.
Well, there you
So
go.
let's just do that?
Yeah.
Why are we overthinking it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth noting that night is just as dark as it always is throughout the night because it's a pitch black darkness. Once the golden light leaves the sky, it's just completely black and you can't see anything.
That's what we're waiting for then.
Yeah.
As time passes on and it starts to get later and later in the day, there's a lot less guards around, and the guards that are around are incredibly quiet. You put this down to the fact that, for the most part, they can't see down into the hole. It's way, way too far down into the center of the crater for anyone's dark vision, even with aid of a magical item, to see that far. So they rely mostly on their sense of hearing.
Okay, but What about the reddish tint that you described before?
That was the terrain itself. Just seemed to be reddish colored.
Got it. Okay, it's not some glowy ass shit. Got it.
So at this
Okay,
point, we
well,
can't see anything.
Those of you with dark vision can for 120 feet or whatever dark vision is, but you see everything in grayscale, and Baylor and Anxi see nothing at all. They can barely see their hand in front of their own face.
Basically blind.
Mhm.
Whoa!
Yo, I got fingers!
And it's at that point where we want to go in.
Yeah.
It's also worth mentioning that you guys absolutely don't have a right or are allowed to go into this hole. If anyone were to see you, these soldiers that have been around, they've been keeping an eye on you. And the ones that are around on nighttime patrol still are also still keeping an eye on you.
You say this now?
You're very much not allowed to go in. You've been told once you're down there, you are getting no assistance.
Well, that changes the plan.
That's fine.
No,
Don't need
it's still the same.
assistance.
Yeah, but they can't see us.
Can't hear us,
They
apparently.
can hear us, yeah, but
Shit.
so we
Those of them
definitely
that
know what
aren't
to plan.
human can also see you if they have dark vision as well, if they're
That is
along the
true.
battlements. But yeah,
And we just go in either way, like, unless we're going to arrest us to stop us, sort of thing.
You need a distraction.
I can
Well,
make
either
us
that,
invisible.
either that, or we could just literally walk out of the gate and do it.
Alright, fuck it. Summon a shambler.
No.
The leader has spoken.
Are you sure?
Oh,
I didn't think you'd ask if you're sure. I thought you'd take this as a chance to summon a Shander when somebody else says do it.
Listen, guys, I don't care. We gotta get down there, alright? Do you think the shambler will hurt any one of them?
Yes.
Do you think they will die?
yes.
It depends how good they are, but potentially.
Fuck, alright. No, we're definitely not doing that. These men are innocent.
But okay, I'm finding it hard to understand. How are they? I mean, we're not allowed to go there because they won't help us, basically, to come back, and that's fair. But how are they gonna stop us?
I mean, like, above the table, I imagine they would just send like a small garrison to pick us up. Unless we fucking start
I mean,
running.
we're flying in.
Yeah, okay. I think literally we just leave via the gate. We all jump in the portable hole. Baylor turns into a bird, flies us in.
Okay, alright.
Okay, let's just
Now
fucking
let's
do that.
wait. Because
That would be a
think
big
about
fucking
this.
bird.
Think about this. If we do not die a terrible death, and this is where the campaign ends, if that's not the case, I mean, do come back. We will still get arrested.
If we don't teleport out.
Yeah, I mean, we're not walking out of this. Like, we're teleporting back to Settleton or something.
Alright,
Mm.
yeah. Alright, well, fuck it then. Fly us in. Screw it, they can see
Okay.
us.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Us dying, or us basically being the reason for why a bunch of creatures will start attacking the garrison?
I mean, do we necessarily have to jump in, or can we like slowly walk our way down?
Well, we can't use their lifts. We would
We
let
can't.
us. So.
We have means of getting there. We just need to be sneaky about it if we don't want them to do their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, jumping. I mean, I know that we've already decided to go into this crater, this hole, but jumping in with having no idea what the hell is at the bottom, being told that there's something big happening, is a little bit scary. What do you think about it? Like, something that might be obvious.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
oh no, it sounds like we shouldn't be going there.
No, not at all. But this is where we're going.
So that's the thing. Like, we can literally be like, "Well, sorry, Terry, we can't find out what's happening in there because we don't want to kill people by,
I mean,
causing
there-
these
Is
creatures
there maybe an
to go
item
out."
you want to drop? Could we
So-
drop
so-
something in there?
So Terry, himself was willing to go in there to investigate it. and now you're all too scared to go in.
Hey, I'm not scared. If
I mean,
there's
I think we
anything
just
down
go-
there that is causing all this trouble, it must be evil.
I'd be a little bit scared,
I-
but I would also like test the waters, you know.
See,
Well,
Um,
testing the water that's going in, right?
yeah.
Well, I mean, we not drop something into the hole?
It's a massive crater. It's not a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you
other
know
side
what-
of the crater
you know
is
what I
on
mean?
the horizon, Torin. Even if you threw
Oh my
something
God.
as hard as you could, you'd make it like 100 feet out of the thousands that it would take to get to the center of the crater.
Again, the idea of testing the waters, something might
Torin is in a
happen there.
different campaign.
Dude, I can just.
And I know
imagine
it's
us
a
all-
crater, and I
all
know
being-
it sounds stupid, but I
No,
feel
no,
if
you have to
if we-
picture this is us going along with it. Like, this is so stupid. You throw a rock in there, and we're all just standing there. Nothing happens, and we just go back to this conversation of us next.
Yeah, so I just annotated what you throwing the rock would look like on the world map.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to use my Shadow Strike ability.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna shoot down at the crater as far as we're at, and shoot with this onyx arrow. Bear in mind, the arrow is also quiet, and it fades away as soon as it basically impacts. Basically, as soon as it hits
But-
impacts, it disappears, and it's a silent shot.
All right.
Okay, but
Wouldn't that anger the things inside if it hits something?
Cordric,
do we-
Well, that-
roll
well,
to
that is,
attack with Shadow Strike.
Oh my fucking god!
Thank you.
Are we going into combat with the crater?
That is.
Should be on the combat page on the front of
why are
your
we doing
thing.
this? For real, why are
That's
we
right.
doing
Okay,
this?
a 20.
Um,
I don't know.
as I see Torin putting back on his bow, I'm just gonna light up a produce flame in my hand.
So here's the thing: Torin doesn't have a bow. He's got two gloves that you've noticed for a while that have two onyxes embedded on the backs of the hand. He, with his one hand and his middle finger, touches one of the onyxes, and you watch silently emitting from them a wispy black bow sort of forms out of just energy. And as he pulls his hand backwards, you see that a sort of like tiny thin string of energy, black energy, connects back to his hand, and you see sort of like a sort of arrow made of some kind of energy comes back, and he looses it go. Torin, are you aiming up to get as far into the hole as possible, or are you just aiming down at the crater?
I am aiming down, not all the way to the center, but down from where we are.
Okay. What's the range on Shadow Strike?
If you aim down,
I'm
it's far-
terrified.
It is 320 feet is its maximum.
Okay.
If you want to go as far as you, whatever. That's how bows work, right? You gotta angle. But I shouldn't tell you this. Just shoot it.
I
in the
am
foot.
angling like down.
So
Okay.
you shoot Shadow Strike. The rest of you do not hear a single thing. You watch as he pulls this back and looses an arrow. You literally don't hear anything from this action happening. You watch as this little black bolt of energy flies down. You see as it embeds into the floor. You hear a tiny little as it enters and digs into the dirt, and then you watch as it fades and disappears.
Yeah. Did you get it? Is it dead? Sid kind of looks at you with a blank stare.
What if you just angered something?
Yeah, like
I
Do you
mean-
never think?
the ground, maybe such angry ground.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
I thought this through logically in my head, not with you guys, but in my head. Could I do it a second time using Shadow Strike in the center?
Okay, at this point, like
Okay,
says,
stop.
Baylor, yeah, Baylor, can you open up a personal hole? Sid, you throw Torin in it, and we'll just get moving.
No, you're not casting a second time. I'll restrain you. Like,
Come on.
sit your ass down.
For those of you guys that watched him shoot this, by the way, he shot it, and you literally just watched an arrow fly down about like 40 feet, dug itself into the dirt a little bit, and that's it. Literally
Okay, good.
nothing happened
alright.
whatsoever.
Okay. I gotta do something. I walk over to Torin and I grapple him.
Okay.
Restraint.
What?
Do I need to roll for anything?
Strength check, I assume.
Yeah, roll a contested athletics check between the two of you.
Oh, athletics.
I thought. Okay, this is probably me gonna lose then. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
It has
rolling,
become
'cause the highest
impossible
I
for
can
you
get-
to win, yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Not even gonna bother.
I nod to Andros. I hope Andros knows what I mean with my nod.
It's not
I-
in him.
Remove his gloves. Go on.
Oh, okay. I go and remove his gloves, and
You're
while
not
just
removing-
nodding
no!
towards Cedric.
You're
You
not
what?
taking my gloves.
You'll get these back once you get out of this hole, okay? No. I
We might not even make it out this hole.
I thought
The combat will give it to you.
maybe that's the smarter way or approach. I thought
Well-
you wanted to put him in the back.
Well, I mean, we don't know what damage he could do in a different plane. To be
It's
honest. Ooh, I'll just take one of the
True.
gloves. I'll just take one of the gloves. That's all that I should need to take.
Cordy, you gonna let them
I-
do this?
No.
Okay, I cast suggestion on him with my
Well,
sorcerer's abilities. He can't see
I
it.
mean,
He
I
will
mean-
let us do it.
Well, the fact
I
that
mean,
Cedric
can
is
he
like
actually prevent
binded.
us?
The thing is, like Cedric has binded me, right? Like his athletics is just like he holds me down at the moment, right?
Yeah, you're like pinned.
Like a big bear hug from behind.
But this item is currently like attuned to you. It's not just gonna like slip off.
Yeah. Could
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say I was gonna say if I could do an acrobatics check to try and like dash
No, you
away from Cedric, but I probably can't.
you can make another contested athletics check to try and get out of it as Andros approaches.
I think I'm gonna be the good boy, and I'm actually gonna sit this down. I'm gonna sit the fact that he's holding me down.
Thank you for saving me a spell slot. Or two.
You know what? I changed my mind. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna sit.
Don't piss me off. It won't be a suggestion. It will be something hurtful.
Torin at this
Okay.
moment is pissed off that you're not letting him shoot an arrow down a fucking crater.
Okay, hear me out. Like, if we're testing out a crater, Anxie maybe use telekinesis to throw Torin down the hole.
Now that's an arrow I can use.
He just wants to shoot his arrow, guys.
It's a silent arrow.
Torrent, for context, I just need to like properly paint the picture here, right?
Yeah.
You can see all the way around the lip of the hole, or you could when it was lighter. The other side of the hole is like literally the horizon for you. And I've already said from what you can gauge down towards the center of the hole where the reddish tint is, it's going to be about 4 to 5 hours of you guys just walking. What you've essentially just done is like shot an arrow to the end of your garden in comparison to like to the other end of your city.
I was on the impression that we were just gonna jump in with levitate.
You're going to jump in, but it's like a 20-foot drop until you're on ground, and then you're walking on a downward slope to the bottom of the crater for like 4 to 5 hours.
You see, this is why I wanted to use my second shot to do the middle of the crater.
You
Okay, but
tore it.
It's
So,
very
Cord,
far away.
it
You
is.
can't.
hold up. The reason why we're all like why would you do that is because let's say you hit something. What is then the reasoning for Torrent? Like, let's say he hits something. What then? We all enter combat, and there's like a massive horde of creatures attacking the city, and we instigated that by shooting a silent arrow. Like, what is the profit of shooting an arrow down the hole?
Skippy,
the
I
arrow
was
being
thinking the
silent?
same, but it's impossible. It's really far away. He
True,
can't shoot
yeah.
the
So,
arrow.
Cord, like
yeah,
the idea that like with my second shot I want to hit the center of the hole, that is literally physically impossible. 320 feet is not that far. You guys will have to be walking for 4 to 5 hours. This is tens of thousands of feet for you guys to get to the center of this
I mean,
crater.
it's literally miles.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
This is why I do love that you shot that arrow into the ground, because it's just very comedic.
I accept my fate, and you bind me.
They don't need to take your item if you now
No,
understand. Because that would
I
be a
do
very
think
cruel
this-
thing to do. It's your only way of
Let-
doing anything at range.
I would go by the idea that whatever has happened has happened. So I think we should.
They haven't taken your item yet because you haven't rolled
No,
for
no, no.
anything. So
I would say this conversation that we just had, like explaining what's going on, happened in like an RP way, and Tora now understands, and Sip will let you go and give you a big old pat on the back. No hard feelings, buddy.
I kind of like jut her off as you like hit my back, like.
but yeah,
Torin, please be careful. Or try not to do stupid shit like that.
Cool gloss though.
Very cool gloss. You're rich.
He kind of like shakes off his shakes off a bit of dust from like after just being manhandled by Cedric, and like dusts though, and then looks at Andros and is like, I want my glove back, please.
I didn't take it off you. You're still wearing it.
Yeah, but couldn't take it off you because they're attuned to you, right?
Well, I mean, you can still take it off me, but you wouldn't be able to use
you'd
it.
have to like force it
Ah.
off him. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, then at that point, I'm like, I can kind of like think a bit more. Like, you know what? I'll just.
Also,
we'll
in
just-
your inventory, make sure you've used up one charge of Shadow Strike. 'Cause
Oh
they-
yeah, I've done that.
Okay, good.
I think Andros is also kind of just stunned in the current situation. He's like, it's not me for once. Again, this is really weird.
Could you imagine?
All right. So
He's starting to think he should have summoned a Shambler in the camp. Yeah, he's to regain his spot.
Back to the matter at hand, guys.
Mhm.
Now that we've done shooting arrows and things, I think we should sneak outside the gates, and from outside the gates where they're not watching us, fly in.
That
Yeah.
actually makes a lot of sense. There are guards all over the wall, right? Though, so
there's very, very few of them at night, and those
Okay,
that are
then
silently
just-
listening out for anything coming.
Yeah, so to be
Alright.
quiet.
It's probably a good thing I shot an arrow that was silent.
that's true.
That was my reasoning behind it. Because if we picked out a torch or made any kind of noise, the guards would have been alerted instantly.
It's a good item to have, though.
Oh yeah, it's.
I do think the
cool
guards probably like heard us grappling you and like shouting at you and begging you and so on.
But hey, guys, shall we get down this?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Were you going in via the hole or via the portable hole, or one by one shipped by Baylor at a time?
I think if it's like 30 seconds, we might as well go by portable hole. It's quicker.
Okay. What's everyone's constitution modifier? Apart from you, Baylor.
Modifier. Oh, plus 16.
Plus
19.
6. No, plus 3. 2.
Oh, plus 3. Yeah, modifier. Sorry, plus 3.
Plus two.
Okay.
Brain damage.
Because I believe the amount of time that you can hold your breath for until you start to take suffocation damage is 1d4 plus your con modifier, minimum 1 minute. So
But the area we're in the portable hole has air in. It just doesn't refill.
sure,
got
but
a bit of
how
time.
much air for 5 people in like how big is the hole? Shift, what's the dimensions of the portable hole?
Quite big.
10 by 10.
10 by 10? Are you sure? I thought it was 15 by 15.
Could be 15 by 15.
Even
I
better.
did actually work it out, and it would take hours for somebody to run out of air in there. So 5 people. in
Really?
15 minutes easy.
You
Yeah,
did the
it's surprising.
math.
Or ChatGPT did, but yeah.
Okay.
It's 10 by
Hey.
10 and 15 feet.
10 by 10, 15 feet, right, okay.
So what do you use AI for? Well,
Why do I feel like it should be the opposite way around? It's 15 by 15 and 10 foot deep.
Could be that.
fine.
Because like
That sounds correct, because I think it was 15 by 15.
I'm just thinking about it. If it's 10 by 10, that means only 4 of you could be in it at any one time unless you were like being carried by someone. And I wouldn't have made it that way if it was. So even if I did say 10 by 10 before, can you in your sheet change it to 15 by 15, 10 foot deep?
Oh, I wrote it down. 10 by 10 by 15. So it's 10 by 10.
Yeah, what the
and then
fuck am I
15
doing then? Okay, I'm just stupid. Yeah,
Yeah.
change the dimensions, please.
Guys, I took notes and that worked. Let's
The
go.
hole has grown a little bit. It's now 15 by 15.
All right, so each of you jump in the hole. I will say that regardless of whatever ChatGPT says, You guys have enough air in there between the 5 of you to last. Sorry, 4 of you that are going to be in there to last for 1 minute, and then you'd begin holding your breath. But that should be still more than enough time.
Got it.
Baylor, what are you wild shaping into?
A giant owl.
Okay. They all hop into the portable hole. And the way the portable hole works is that it's sort of like a tarp that stretches out from the bag itself. So the bag is at one of the corners. So you eventually pick up the bag at its corner, and as soon as the tarp moves slightly, the connection between this realm and wherever the hole is in space is severed, and it becomes a physical thing that they can't pass through anymore. So it's only when it's laid completely flat are they able to get in and out of it. So like even if like just one corner of it was folded over slightly, the whole thing's shut. So you fly over. Roll me a stealth check to silently fly into the hole. You can also, if you want, take a bit more time to fly a bit further up and a bit further into the hole so that you're at the very least out of people's dark vision range, but also actually if you're outside of the dark vision range, they then would be rolling at disadvantage against you.
Okay.
Is that
I'll
for
do
all of
that.
us?
That's just for Baylor.
Here it goes. 18.
18. Okay. The rest of you, when you're in the hole, this thing is beautiful, by the way. Like, as you stand in there, there's like a sort of like thin glassiness to like the perimeter, but you're basically looking out into space. You're seeing stars and galaxies around you, as a portable hole is essentially just a small compartment, like a closed compartment of somewhere out in space that this just happens to lead to. So if you can imagine, if someone was in a spaceship, they could theoretically fly past your little hole and where all your stuff is. So,
There are spaceships?
Baylor, you fly in. You find a somewhat flattened piece of terrain, and you start to pull out the tarp once more. Are you doing this in your eagle form, or are you dropping wild shape?
I'll drop wild shape for this.
Okay. Because I was going to ask for a sleight of hand check to do it otherwise, because it'd be very difficult to do it with just a couple talons.
I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to drop it, and I'm going to cast dark vision on myself.
Okay. You lay out the tarp flatly, and woof, the connection to the inside of the portable hole opens once more. You can't see your companions, but you stick your head in, and you can then see them, and then they're able to climb out afterwards. Are you casting dark vision on just yourself, or are you also casting it on...
As soon as Anxie comes out the hole,
Okay.
I will cast dark vision on her as well.
Okay. So the 2 of you have it for 8 hours now. And it's not concentration. That's important.
Okay. I'll quietly mention to everyone we should be really quiet and listen. That seems to be all the guards do. And also to avoid attracting attention.
Okay. So, before you is an endlessly stretching, seemingly, you know it's not actually endless, black void. Each of you can only see a maximum of 120 feet in front of you. But your path slowly starts to ramp down. There are some weirdly carved out paths, bits of the terrain that are just more well trodden than others. There's currently 3 paths ahead of you right now. There is one that is the shortest route down. It doesn't bend or wave that much, but it will give you a mostly straight shot down towards the center of the hole. To the left and right are 2 slightly more winding paths that you can't make how much slower they'll be, or how much slower than they will be by each other, but they'll probably take you, if you're following along that, like an hour longer. Which path would you
Is
like
there
to travel
anything
down?
interesting about the other 2 paths?
Make a perception check.
I assist.
Sure.
Roll again.
Was it 1d4?
No, he said roll
No,
again
it's
because he's assisting you.
Giving you advantage.
As far as you can make out, there doesn't seem to be any physical differences to the path. As you sort of like inspect it and look at it a little more closely, it's all dirt. There's not that much stone here, but it's quite hard and dry. And you don't see footprints anywhere. You see a lot of... You know what? Your check isn't good enough. If someone would like to actually roll an investigation check specifically on the
I'd
path,
like to.
I'd allow that
And
as
maybe
well.
Thorin?
Yeah, if someone with better rolls than me.
You want to do the left path or the right path?
Perception, you don't see much about the path that seems right, but as the two of you lean down and actually look and investigate the path,
Brother.
Torin, what you're able to make out from this terrain and the paths that have been formed is that you don't see any footprints, but the paths seem to have been formed somehow by something large-ish being dragged across it, and that's what's formed the path.
Is that all three paths that's been formed that way?
They have.
I would inform everyone that these paths might not actually be paths, but things that have been dragged to make a so-called path.
Is there any indication which one's newer? Like, which one's been, travelled most recently?
I will say, with your investigation check, Torin, that you can't really tell the difference between ages of them. They're all relatively old. None of them look fresh. That's as much as you really can tell.
Okay, well, should we split up? I'm joking. Should we just take the most direct route then, if we're not sure about the other two?
Yeah.
I mean, I've just told you that it's not necessarily a path, it's just something has been dragged.
Can we make a point of marking the path we take, just in case we're coming back and need, get lost or something?
How would you like to mark it?
I'm trying to think where that being noticed. The walls of the path, is it like soil or rock?
Soil and earth. Some small pebbles, but not really that much stone.
Are we able to just mark the wall, like across, like where we're taking?
Well, so there's no wall. It's sort of like just a very slight bowing that sort of like makes the path. It's not
Okay.
It's not like a wall, so to say.
Oh, in that case, can we make like a mark on the floor then, like a cross?
Can I do a druid craft and make a flower pop up?
That could work.
You cast Druidcraft on the earth, and all of you watch as you sort of like hear a slight little movement in the dirt as Baylor casts Druidcraft, and you watch as something sprouts out of it, and the tiniest of tiny flowers sprouts there on the ground. And as Baylor stands up and seems happy with his work, you watch as it slowly keels over, starts to wither.
Okay, well, it still marks the way, I guess. You broke up there, yeah.
So I say it's sad, but it does mark the way.
Okay. So which path are you going down again?
I would go down the most direct one, I think, unless there's anybody that wants to check out the others.
Okay. And you're doing so stealthily.
Yeah.
We're doing so extra stealthily.
Stealthily with like weapons drawn and very quietly.
And pass without a trace. Okay. Everybody roll me a stealth check, and as long as you remain within 30 feet of Baylor, you will have plus 10 added to whatever you roll.
Oh Jesus, I'm gonna use lucky. 18. Ugh.
That's okay still.
Okay.
5 rolls sub 10.
And who is going to be at the front keeping watch?
Who's got the longest? Oh, Sid, yeah.
Like I know you don't trust me, but I think it might be of best interest for me to actually go forward. I think
It is a perception check that will be required.
I have the
Baylor.
good dark vision, and I also have good perception.
I do have +4 perception.
Me too. But
I
Baylor has
do
plus
not.
7.
I've actually got +8 perception.
Plus 8.
Okay, I think
Okay.
Baylor goes first then.
I have 150 foot of dark vision.
I would say though that Sid stays very close to him, just
Yeah.
you know, he wants to protect his friends
Okay.
at all costs.
Baylor, roll me a perception check as you lead the group down.
I just bragged about the +8. Let's hope it's good.
Use guidance on
Oh,
yourself.
dear.
Okay. Give me a second.
That's a good point. Can he guidance himself?
He should be able to.
Can you guidance
Yeah.
yourself? No, because this is not like a one-time thing. This is an ongoing thing that's going to be lasting for potentially hours. Okay. You start to travel down this path. All keeping as deftly quiet as you can. You start to hear some sort of like scuffling noises from Anxie, occasionally accidentally kicking her feet against the ground a little too hard as she's walking, seemingly focused a bit too much on everything around her rather than her precise movements. Tense moment. Everyone's on edge. But your group is still, as quietly as you're able, walking. You walk for about an hour now. How long does Pass Without a Trace last for?
A good question. Pretty sure it's only an hour.
1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, an hour passes of you all silently walking. I'm assuming at some point Anxie quietly chats in people's heads, seeing what people are seeing ahead, but that's about all the conversation that you guys have. And this really dawns on you just how long you're going to have to be quiet for if you want to reach towards the center of the hole. It's disturbing.
I can cast telepathic bond on all of us.
How long does that last? One hour.
Yeah.
Given that you guys are moving stealthily, you're probably taking longer than you would have expected to get to the center of the terrain if that's where you are indeed heading. So you're looking at potentially like 5-ish hours for you to get to the center of the hole.
Does that still leave us with darkness when we get there, roughly? Can't remember how long the nights are.
Nighttime lasts for about 6 hours in this part of the world.
Okay, so it should still be dark by the time we get down there.
You're walking down, each of you taking careful steps as you go. Anxie. About 2 hours into your sojourn, at some point you step on something that doesn't exactly feel right. It looked like it was just like a little slightly wettish stone, and there's been plenty around that you've seen, but as soon as you step into it, you feel your foot give way a little as you step into something semi-liquid. It wraps around your foot.
Why me?
It's your magic.
I
It's your magic.
immediately. Huh?
Sorry. What if it's your magic attracting it?
Would I be okay if I cast detect thoughts? Would I be able to feel anything? Any thoughts around me?
Go ahead and cast it.
We'll do it with sorcery points, so no one can see.
You hear absolutely no thoughts at all. That's what you cast immediately, and then you feel this thing start to creep up your leg. It's some
Okay.
kind of sludge that is starting to just crawl up you.
I immediately tell Baylor.
Do we all?
And
do we all
then
stop and watch this happening?
Yeah, do you tell us so if we would notice?
I'm assuming you guys slow down as you
Yeah.
see Anxie stops.
Okay. I did prepare a spell, and I do want to say Sid does not know he's casting a spell. It just happens inherently, and I want to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay, go and ping that in the chat because I need to read what that exactly says. For the duration, you sense the location of any aberration, celestial, or undead within 30 feet of you. Okay. As soon as you cast this spell, woof, you feel instantly there is an aberration sucked around Anxie's leg. It's reached up to her knee at this point. Not only that, you feel the sense of several more aberrations dotted in a radius around you. They seem to be small, low to the ground, and not currently moving.
Okay. Anxie, if you fail this check, I cast banishment on Anxie, which should banish her, but not the creature.
You accept this,
one
Anxie?
creature.
okay, I'd get punished.
Woof,
Wait, before you banish.
Wait,
Nope, she's gone.
Anxie,
what was the point of that?
Well, to get it
Anxie-
off you. No,
well, Anxie's fate, which means
no,
that she's
no,
not gone for a minute.
no, that's fine. It only does that if I let it run the full minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Okay.
cancel it after a few seconds.
You're my family.
No. Anxie, you
Uh,
find yourself just floating ambiently in the astral plane. You haven't gone to the Fey realm.
I just looked to Cedric and...
The rest of you see that where this sludge was climbing up her leg, as soon as she's banished, it just sort of disappears. She disappears, and it sort of like starts to like slink down again.
Okay, because I did warn everyone. I can't, of course, but I can't warn anyone. I do think Sid kind of whispers that we're surrounded, basically.
Okay, can somebody move that so I can cancel the banishment? If I cancel it right now, you should step in it again. kick it? Like, can somebody like hit it away with a weapon or something?
Should have banished the sword dude.
Ah, yeah. Well, in fact,
Do we have any theory on why Anxie? It's because she's a fate? Because
well, she probably
it's
she
magic?
stepped on it. I think.
She
Uh,
did
I rolled
indeed step
the
on it.
least stealth. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So can somebody hit it away with a weapon or something? Well, I'm gonna kick it and it's just gonna hit me.
I could probably do that.
Shift PC crashed.
Oh, he
So
is
he's
frozen
not
still.
thinking. Yeah, he's not thinking as intently.
Torrent,
Well,
roll
this-
to
so-
attack on this thing.
I wasn't thinking of attacking. I think I was literally pushing it away with like a stick or something.
Oh, you want to
So-
push it away?
The issue I thought was the reason I didn't think of like Eldritch blasting it or something was I've got a feeling if we attack it, it might alert other things.
Am I
Whereas if we
technically
just push it,
okay? Am I technically hidden at this point? Because you got to remember, if I push it, it's a strength check, and I do not have much strength.
I mean, it's like a small thing on the floor. It's not.
That does not mean my
Yeah.
strength check might do well.
You do not get sneak attack for this.
Okay, if you want me, okay, I will push it like away from where.
Roll
Anxie's
to attack with
pushing
your
it, or-
Balebone weaponry, which will receive its bonus for fighting against an aberration.
That is
Can
true.
we just go back, guys? It's not worth it.
Well, I guess I've already decided to do Bellbone attack, can I? With I can do it with both, I think, as far as I know. Nope, okay. Let me just double check. Don't think I can attack with both because most of my stuff requires me to be in stealth to do that.
But you can still do action attack and bonus action shank with your offhand.
Oh, that is true. Okay, yeah, I can use it with my Balebone sword. So I'll roll for attack. 27.
That hits, roll damage.
That's a high roll.
Okay. And with the offhand as well.
Balebone with the dagger.
Should specifically say offhand in brackets because I think you
It
get
does, yeah.
yeah.
Yep, that's right.
It's still alive with 14 damage.
That hits, roll damage. You watch as Torin, before letting this thing fully settle onto the ground, slashes it with his sword and then stabs it in the other side with his dagger. The creature, whatever it is, sort of like lurches against the movement of the weaponry. And you can see it sort of like bubble and it sort of like lays and spreads out into the ground.
Hello.
Ew.
Hello?
Hi.
Welcome back.
Okay. If it's dead, I cancel banish.
And so you return. Whew, you come back. Your foot steps in it once again, but it doesn't creep up your leg this time. You feel your foot in some sort of like very viscous goop, but it's not reacting to your presence anymore.
Since it was an aberration and I've read books about them, did it seem familiar? Like
What-
something I've read about, or
Roll a history check.
Did it cause any damage?
oh brother.
I mean, I
Did
could
it-
also do a history check as well.
Do I use my last lucky point for this shit?
Actually, hold on. Wait, key mind is not everything. It's just within the last certain amount of time, right? You can remember everything.
Last month.
When was the last time you were
It's
reading up on
30 days,
aberrations?
When we were in one of the libraries, because we were rereading stuff.
Did we start this campaign like a week ago or something?
Oh, true.
Eh?
Okay, I feel like it's fair then. This seems to be in line with a categorization of creatures called oozes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Though you can't tell the color of this ooze because currently everything's in grayscale to you.
Okay. While they're looking at it, can I just spend the minute to regain a spell slot? My feet.
Sure. Baylor, make another perception check, please, as the group's scouter. Sid, being right next to you, whispered to you first of all that you guys were surrounded. And as you take a look and look around, whatever this thing was, you could see small patches of them flooding this place. They look very unassuming, like slightly slick, sort of like bits of terrain. But they stand out to you as little sort of like blotches. If you were to count as many as you see in your dark vision, you would be counting into the hundreds. But they all seem to appear to be unmoving and unaware of your presence. And so you would also know that these things do not have literally any kind of intelligence. They are closer to fungus than a person.
I would also like to share with the group, what's it called again? Detect Evil and Good lasts for 10 minutes. It's concentration. I would be able to maybe lead the group through a pathway, avoiding all the oozes and stepping into them. But only for 10 minutes.
You've got a couple more hours ahead of you. Baylor, you've alerted to Baylor what they were because you were able to see pinpoint locations, and you've pointed to Baylor what they look like now. So he's going to take that as the group leader now.
Okay, good. What are you going to say, Anxie?
You do hear in your head, how are you doing that? First you healed Zany, now that.
Healed Zany?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I didn't heal anyone, and I don't know, can't you see them all around us?
Sid, you're using magic.
Hey, you're like weird laughter. It sounds kind of different than how Sid laughs out loud, but there's just some laughter going on in his head.
I was gonna say, if you were laughing out loud, I would try to react.
Yeah, no, it was
like,
in his
with your
head.
mouth.
No, it's in my head.
Interesting. I'll keep keep my eyes open.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing this whole time. I just have really keen senses, you know. I'm not just all muscle, all right?
Yeah, apparently you also have magic.
Right. Shall we keep moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Group is carrying on. Group stealth check again, please. That thing stopped for a bit and now we're carrying on. Baylor, you have a decision to make here. Are you going to use Pass Without a Trace for every hour that this group is marching, or are you going to be saving your spell slots?
We do now know what to look out for.
You are able to keep a much more eagle-eye look, and they do stand out now that you've spotted them.
I'm going to say no for now because I've already used all my level 2 spell slots between Dark Vision and the first Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. What are you saying?
With these as well. They don't seem like they'll pick up on us unless we step on them as well.
Who has a very low stealth checks?
I had 14 here, the lowest of the group.
But what's your modifier?
0.
Okay, I'll cast invisibility on me and you.
It lasts for only 1 hour, right?
That's fine.
Okay. Still got a couple
Would
hours
help us
of
for the
walking ahead
next
of you.
check.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can roll with advantage, so roll again.
I gotta let my dog pee. I'll try to stay in range of my headset, so I can probably still hear.
Okay, good.
All right.
Cedric should have rolled with advantage because of.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yours is a good roll, though. So.
Yeah.
The group continues to make its way down this mostly straight path. still winds occasionally, left and right, bending slightly, but you are always heading sloped downwards towards the center. Baylor, keeping an eagle eye out at front, is able to spot each of these oozes and sort of turns and motions to the group every time one is in your direct path and where people are going to need to step to get around it. You take a bit of a wider berth around it because obviously stepping on it directly is bad, but maybe stepping next to it rouses it slightly. It's not something you want to tempt. So, with this, you're able to carry on, creeping further and further down into the hole. Each of you only able to see for a couple 100 yards at most. It's a really sort of daunting prospect. What if something were to just charge at you out of the range, out of your vision range? You wouldn't know until it was potentially too late. But you carry forward nonetheless. An ominous silence grips the entire group. As another hour passes, then a second hour, and then a third. Baylor has been dodging each of these oozes every single time they come up. The amount you would have counted by now is in the thousands for just the ones that you've seen. 150 foot all around. They went down pretty easy, and as Anxie has told you, they genuinely are closer to fungus in terms of intelligence than they are a person. But it's still incredibly daunting to see just how much of an ocean of them there are. You keep heading further down, and at this point, as you cross the 4th hour, the ground starts to slope back to level. It isn't quite, but it's half-lifing out the amount of elevation that there is. To the point where eventually it feels like you're just walking on level ground. At some point, the oozes stop, and you don't see them anymore. Carry on walking, and eventually, after one more hour, Baylor, on the edge of your vision, you see some kind of a tunnel heading downwards. The texture and the terrain looks a little different than regular dirt, though you can't tell exactly what it is. You've all been walking for 4.5 hours now.
Are we all still telepathically linked?
I don't think she cast that at all, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's only lasts an
Okay.
hour.
Because it's a. Yeah.
I'll turn to Sid and whisper. There's a tunnel up ahead.
Sid just looks at you and goes like a nod of determination. As in, let's go there.
Before we go in, you said the tunnel doesn't look right or something, didn't you?
The texture of the terrain looks just a little off.
I would say we would definitely go there because it's the first thing or the first point of interest that we came across.
Well,
We don't go into the tunnel, but let's get to the tunnel, I think.
Oh yeah, I
it
mean,
out.
get to it. Like, my only concern is like, is it a mouth instead of a tunnel?
Well, let's go there and look up close. You know, if you see any lips or tongue, do tell us. Or teeth. Lovely, yeah. Let's get swallowed by the hole.
You start to walk towards it, maintaining your current stealth checks, or is now a point where you would want to up on Pass Without a Trace? Because for the first time in a while, you've stopped for a bit as you perceive what's ahead of you and talked a tiny bit of strategy with Sid.
We all have pretty decent rolls at the moment, don't we?
I'm going to ask for a re-roll of stealth checks, because this one persisted for like 4 hours, so it's going to be a bit different.
How many level 3 slots do you have? Shift.
Just have 3.
So we'll redo stealth checks again, or?
In a sec. Baylor is deciding if he will cast Pass Without a Trace to assist you all.
I can cast it using a level 3 slot.
Doesn't get any upscaling benefits, but can still be cast.
Doesn't. What's the general consensus?
Above the table.
Yeah, above the table.
I mean, it would be definitely helpful for Cedric and I, but because you guys have a decent, you have decent stealth checks. So what we can do instead is I can just give invisibility to the 2 of us again, and hope for the fucking best.
About entering this cave, right?
Yeah.
How big is the cave? How big is the tunnel? Because I feel like if it's kind of smallish, what's the point trying to be stealthy? If we come across anything, we'll come across it.
Because our DM just prompted us to use Pass Without a Trace.
A little metagamey, but acceptable.
I mean, how big is the tunnel? Like,
It's a good point.
The tunnel is hard to gauge at the moment because you just sort of see a ramp down and you see the terrain ramping in the opposite direction. So you can see it goes down. Until you're closer to it, you're not going to know real dimensions. You're like 130-ish feet away from it at this point.
And does the path branch off, or is that like the way the path goes that we're coming down?
The path basically stopped like 30 minutes ago. Since then, you've just been walking on like mostly even ground.
Okay. I would say, like, let's use Pass Without Trace. Like, if we get in there and it doesn't seem like worthwhile, just don't re-up it. Until we know more, I think it's probably safer to use it.
Okay. Group stealth check, please.
Should we use invisibility for me and Cedric regardless to be on the safe side? Holy fuck, these rolls, guys.
I think we might shoot.
I mean, to be fair, I do get a plus 13 on my stealth checks.
I mean, look at Andros and Baylor. They're rolling really fucking well on stealth as well.
I've not rolled a bit below at like 23 on stealth so far.
Invis, I mean, is it gonna fuck with your spell slots too much, or?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Remember,
It's 3rd level spell, but
it's a group stealth check, right?
Mm-hmm. So those of you who
okay.
are succeeding count against those who are failing.
okay, so it's fine.
Is it?
Everything's fine.
I knew it.
It's not a 1.
It's not a 1.
I'm just
Correct,
imagining
it's a 2.
everyone else being really stealthy and just Sid and Anxie just stepping on like pots and pans who just happen to be there randomly.
So, each of you are slowly walking and approaching, following Baylor and Sid's lead. There's a couple bits of bulked terrain that you sort of weave through as you get closer to wherever this hole is. There's sometimes where you slightly lose sight of it because these small mounds cover it for a bit, but you thread a needle and walk through them. Anxie, you notice a little something. As you're passing by one of these mounds, you see that it's covered in a bunch of sort of like little spherical bumps all over it. Not like completely bulging out, but just like little sort of like balls that are slightly bulging out of the terrain itself. As your curiosity takes you, you see that they've all got a thin little slit across them. And it dawns on you. These are all closed eyes. And as you've gotten a step too close, you watch as this entire mound raises and then reduces slightly, as you hear a sort of tiny breath escape small, minute holes all over it. Before Sidric, seeing what you were doing, grabs your hand very quietly and pulls you away from it.
I'm just like nodding. No, basically.
I'm terrified.
No, we really got deep this time, guys. Oh boy.
You pass a number of these mounds on the way towards the hole. Carry on.
Cedric hears in his head, do you sense all these creatures around us?
Well, I do cast.
How many spell slots
Same
you
thing
got?
again. I'm just trying to figure it out. I can't. For the past 10 minutes, I'm trying to see where I can see my spell slots in my sheet, right? I can't figure it out.
You should have, as a level 1 paladin, you get 2.
Then I've
Do you want to use it on that though?
Sid could just also lie and say, yeah, I feel it.
No,
Well, not even really lie. Think that he feels it, but hasn't cast it.
Well, I did grab her arm, but you fucking RP'd for me, but that's fine. So I do think I'm checking. You know what? Yes, I'll cast it. Fuck it. I do think RP wise, that's what Sid inherently will try to do, because there's a sense of danger.
How long does this last again?
10 minutes.
Okay. The moment you cast this, you feel a number of presences all around you. Different to detect magic, where whatever's magical sort of like glows, you just sort of feel anything within a 30-foot presence, a number of aberrations. Every one of these mounds is some sort of amalgamation, a mess of eyes and mouths, tiny little hands. It's gross. It's awful. You keep this spell up and concentrating as the rest of the group continues towards the hole.
I would just like to add to that Sid's hairs are just like on his shoulders, on his arms, are going up, and he has goosebumps the entire time.
Did you answer my question though?
What was your question?
Which was again, sorry?
Do you sense them?
Like, because it doesn't like to talk in his head, but he would just like give you sort of like a squeezy nod, usually with like his face being a little bit scrubbed together, like yeah.
They're extremely scary, Sid. I'm genuinely terrified.
They're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. And I also connect telepathically with the rest for a brief second and tell them that I've seen some eyes and we should be very fucking careful because we're in danger.
I mean, it's not like we weren't in danger as we entered the hole and as we entered the crater in the first place.
Well, obviously, but like
It's giga danger
it's
now.
different.
No,
It's different when you see demise.
Yeah, let's not shoot any arrows right now.
Let's not do anything.
I think I'm more inclined to shoot an arrow now.
Baylor.
But also, I killed an aberration as well. I stopped
True.
Agsy from getting maybe her leg consumed by this aberration.
I wasn't there. Technically, Andrew stopped me. Stopped it.
Okay, chill. But two of you, Baylor, you continue to lead the group, and you take them towards the hole. There aren't any of these mounds within like 10 feet of the hole, but the terrain just sort of like slopes inwards. It's not really like a dug or burrowed hole. The terrain just sort of like curves, and you notice a couple of like odd textures on it, where it's like there's just parts of it that like jut out and are like very hard and angular looking among sort of like a smoothish sort of like terrain for the rest of the tunnel that leads inwards. Are you leading this group into the tunnel?
Want to go into the tunnel?
I mean, seeming as though we've come this far, probably got no other choice but to go in.
Can we investigate the tunnel a little bit?
I could do that.
I will say that Baylor can do that since he's at the front of the pack.
I want to know, the most important thing I want to know is, are the tunnel walls wet? Like a bath.
Roll an investigation check.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't want to know this. It's not information I need to know. Just
Can we just get out?
can Dex just type this to Baylor so I don't need to know?
Can he just type it to you? Yeah.
You start to walk closer towards the tunnel. The terrain starts to slope down a bit, but you get a bit closer to try and investigate and look closer at the terrain itself. This is all in grayscale for you. It's difficult to see. Your investigation check isn't going well, and you feel like you need to get a little bit closer before you can really get a good look at whatever this is. And as you take a step, you feel a slight squelch under your foot as the terrain becomes noticeably a little softer.
Whose tongue is that?
We're just gonna get eaten.
Can we
And
just get
that's
out?
where the campaign ends. I'm sorry, you all died.
Guys, we don't need the money. Let's just get the fuck out.
I mean, we haven't really disturbed anything yet.
With your investigation check, Baylor, as you now get a little bit closer than you intended initially, the walls do look a little slick as this tunnel goes down and out of sight.
So if we look around outside, is there any other like points of interest we can see, or is it literally just this?
Roll a perception check, Andros.
Can we also try to investigate what's happening around us, or like perceive where we can go, stuff like that?
Well,
We're
that's all I'm
scared
doing.
shitless.
With a
Like,
20,
I'm basically looking for, is there any alternative routes, basically?
you
Is
look
this-
around, and with such a high roll, you're able to tell that as far as you can look out in each direction, the terrain starts to slope up slightly. You get the feeling that this is the very epicenter of the crater. You can't see much. A lot of your field of view is blocked by a bunch of the mounds that you've passed to get in here. They also persist on the other side of the hole once you've gotten there now as well. So you're unable to really tell if there's another hole, another point of interest or something, but you can tell that the terrain slowly starts to slope up on the cusp of your vision. You can only tell that because you rolled so high, otherwise it would have all appeared all flat to you.
Okay, I nudge Anxie to indicate to talk into my head because I don't want to make any noise.
You receive
And I
talking
relay.
into your head.
Yeah, I relay that to her and ask if she can tell everyone else.
I tell everyone else.
As you
And
connect with me, I'll tell you that I'm not sure this is a tunnel.
Baylor, should I try to read this thing's thoughts? See if it is actually something's. Well, if it is an actual mouth.
It does seem dormant right now, though.
So I draw my arrow. I'm not gonna. I'm not
Brother.
gonna. Like as like I was saying that I drew my arrow. No.
Yeah, if you do that, Andros draws out the orb of return, leaves you there.
Yeah, just, we can return at any point, right? You can teleport us back.
It's 3 rounds, so no, not really.
Not
Well,
instantly.
I
We
mean,
might
that-
die.
Yeah, I mean that's like 18 seconds. It's not that long.
I mean, if we literally do nothing, then we might be okay. But
Does one person need to prepare the spell, the TP, and the rest
Well,
can
yeah,
defend that person?
like I need to be basically turning the dials on it and such. It takes 3 turns.
Then
3 consecutive
defend
turns
you.
of him fiddling with the orb, and it'll
And
teleport.
then on the final turn, like everyone is within 5 foot of me. Is the only thing.
Does it really have to be one person just fiddling with it?
Yes.
Can it be like 2 people?
Too many
Jesus.
cooks spoil the broth in that case. Like, have you ever tried to 2 people solve a Rubik's Cube at the
Rubik's
same
Cube,
time?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. So, but I
What
think this makes sense as like an escape plan, and it would give us some
Yeah.
slight hope and courage to maybe continue going.
What if it's one person with a really keen mind?
I was going to say, so I'm just thinking if we have to defend for like 3 rounds, it's probably better if it goes to someone other than me because I can like summon things to distract things and so on.
You're
So
summoning a shambler as a
it
free
seems-
action. You need to spend your
Well, it's more
action
other
to
things.
turn the thing. And it's only
more other
you and
things like
Anxie that
banish,
currently
etc.
know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably better if Anxie does it, like holds on to it then. Unless it doesn't need to be attuned.
No.
Do you want to hold on to it, Anxie, then? It's up to you. I'm just thinking you can also fly to be out of the range of anything as well, if needed. While doing it.
I can fly as a bonus action, so that's fine.
Wait, fly is a bonus action?
No, but I have quicken spell.
Oh, that's slick.
Yeah, so I think that probably makes the most sense, I think.
I do think Sid is trying to look everyone in the eyes, given not like. Come on, guys,
I am the magic.
We got no,
Okay,
no
well,
magic.
I hand it
We
over
got
to
this.
Anxie.
We got
the
this.
orb
Come
return.
on. We came this far. We continue.
Would you
will-
like me to read its thoughts if it's an actual creature? Sorry.
Yes, I was about to reply to Anxie. Yes, I do think
If
so.
you can do it in a way where it has no way of knowing you're doing it.
Yeah, I have that. It's called
Ooh.
aberrant mind sorcery.
Yeah, if you could.
Nice.
We'll be trying to figure out whether there is any thinking creatures in front of us.
You open up your mind and try to perceive the thoughts of any creatures around you. Each of the mounds that you passed, or the ones that are still within range, you feel a very, very faint, barely conscious sense of intelligence. Definitely a bit more than the oozes that you know about. Whatever these things are, they're at least capable of recognizing that they're hungry, looking for food. Directing your mind towards the tunnel itself, you don't feel any sense of thought or intelligence.
That's
dormant for now.
calming.
Yeah, well, I just think we didn't wake it yet.
No, it doesn't have to be like I'm just checking whether it actually has intelligence, the creature in front of me. I'm not checking whether it's thinking right now. I'm trying to sense whether it's actually able to.
Okay, that makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just have to mind that one consciousness.
I do share the information that I've just received with Baylor. He hears in his head, okay, so all the mounts we just passed by, they can think or figure out, decide whether they're hungry or not. But the thing in front of us, if it's a creature and if that's a mount, well, I don't hear it thinking.
It's also worth mentioning that the tunnel itself, there's no sort of like direct change. If it was a mouth, as you guys are thinking, you would see a transition from rock to flesh. But as you're looking at it, and as you're coming a bit closer to it now, you see that there's a gradient change between the earth that you were standing on to the flesh that you then stand on.
Okay, quick question. The tunnel, as far as we can see it, is it like dead straight, or does it like turn?
Pretty early on, it bends down to the right.
Okay,
But it
so we
is a
probably
downward
can-
path.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, Dax has confirmed that we are standing on flesh.
Yeah.
You are, yes.
Just you, Bela. We're almost like you're the first one to step into it.
But there's no direct transition. So there's no like you're standing on a thing, you're not standing on a thing. You were standing on stone, and it slowly started to get softer and softer until it suddenly felt like flesh. And as you turn down and look at it and inspect it more intricately, roll me a nature check, Baylor. The DC's a little bit higher because everything's in grayscale for you, so it's difficult to really make things out.
Ooh, brother. Well, would I be able to investigate?
Don't you have inspiration back?
I do. That's what I'm thinking. Do I want to use inspiration for this?
You should probably use it, dude.
I feel like it's important, right? So
I feel like it's
Yeah.
important.
there we go.
Like what we're doing right now is just as important as combat, I feel like.
Yeah.
Whatever the ground is closer to and inside the tunnel, it's growing towards the outside. Marrying this up with what you saw before, you saw a slight reddish tinge at the center of the hole before you traveled in earlier today. This is probably the source of that reddish tinge. It seems like whatever this terrain is, it's growing outwards. It's one with the earth, but it's a different kind of earth. One that's soft, slick, and fleshy.
Well,
it doesn't seem to be an actual creature.
Can I, with everything I've learned with detect thoughts and everything that we've seen now, can I try and study what's in front of us?
The hole?
Hmm.
What exactly are you trying to garner from this?
I mean, trying to figure out what exactly this place is. Because obviously we've seen a bunch of aberrations, creatures and whatnot, and this fleshy-looking path is quite curious and scary. And I'm trying to figure out whether I have any idea of what exactly we found ourselves in.
You can certainly try.
So is that investigation?
What exactly is your aim? Are you trying to recall something that you might have read about this, or are you trying to discern from base principles what you see in front of you?
Sort of both, because I am trying to discern what exactly is in front of us, but also if it's something that strikes to a memory of something I've read.
Okay.
So it's both.
You can roll an investigation check, and because I know Torin would be the curious kind, you can as well.
Okay. 2 investigation checks. Go on, Thorin.
Okay.
Oh,
My
brother.
time to shine. That's a low roll as well.
The both of you kneel down and sort of like inspect whatever it is that this thing is. Anxie, you're incredibly anxious as you approach it, and you are so fucking worried to do anything other than just look at it. As you catch a glimpse to your colleague on your right, you see him poking at it.
Eating it?
Scratching it with his fingernail, at some point getting out the little tip of his dagger and like flicking it. Torin, this seems to be some kind of flesh, but it doesn't seem, as far as you can tell, to be in any way sentient. This flesh as it is truly seems like it's actually terrain. It reacts in the same kind of way that flesh does, where after it's cut it bleeds slightly. It sort of like has the same sort of like elasticity to it when you pull on it and it pulls back. And it's also got some sort of like muscliness to it, in terms of like you can feel the muscle fibers underneath it. But you're relatively certain at this point that this is terrain and not a creature.
Well, definitely not going to lick it.
Okay, well, should we just head inside then? We can sit here investigating all we want, but
I think we should go in. We haven't learned anything yet. We haven't learned what we've come here to learn, clearly.
I mean, as far as I know, it's not a creature. It's just very unusually fleshy terrain.
I mean, if the fleshy terrain's growing outwards as well, that means it's going to be a problem sooner rather than later.
Think of it like a waterbed. That's how I would imagine it.
I think we need to go in and see what's causing this to grow out. I also, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking what Adriana said we need to do.
I think, should we send the bait, the Torin ahead? No, nothing. Yeah, just enter. Let's carry on.
I mean, if I go on ahead, am I at this point, am I the bait? Am I going to have a rope? Am I going to have something to teleport me out?
No, it was just a joke. Let's just carry on.
You can have my thoughts in your head, as in I can telepathically bond with you.
I don't think I want that.
So bear in mind, we've only got like an hour of darkness left. We need to not just sit around for ages.
Let's go in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Baylor's still at the front?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Baylor, roll me a perception check.
As we enter as well, can I cast alarm of the door or the entrance?
It's just big enough for you to be able to do that, yes. As you get closer to it, the hole that becomes the tunnel, as it becomes more of a tunnel as you walk into it, is cylindrical as you're walking through it, but it's approximately 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide.
Cylindrical.
Yes.
Like a... All right. Yeah, all right. Someone's throat, guys.
What does it smell? What does it smell like?
I'll get to that in a second. Baylor, you keep an eye out for everything that you can see above and around it. Something strikes you as you spot something that sends a shiver down your spine. You're keeping an eagle eye across all the terrain, the wall, the ceiling, the floor. You see something in the wall that shakes you. Something that resembles a face. That looks like it's in total agony. Still and unmoving.
Like a frozen face.
More like it's been sliced off of someone else's face and melded into the flesh wall.
For a visual image, could you maybe make this face yourself?
It's just sort of like...
He did
just
it!
the face.
I love it. But yeah, that looks horrible.
I'll nudge Sid and point out the face.
Sid kind of leans in a little bit and makes a face of just contempt.
Sid, as you get a bit closer to it, your detect good and evil is still up. It's not been 10 minutes yet.
Yeah.
As you walk a little closer to it, ping, you feel something come within range of 30 feet of you. You can't see it, but you feel that it's around the corner that the tunnel is currently leading you around. You feel an aberration.
I put my hand on Baylor's shoulder, so he looks at me, and I'm like pointing my head in that direction, like there. And he can probably see in the seriousness of my face, there's maybe danger approaching.
I'll point to, should we carry on going?
You realize, Sid, as this conversation is happening, it's not moving. You only realize it's there because you walked in so that it was within your 30-foot range. It's staying very still.
I want to slowly move past Baylor, and then, stay close to me, and I, with my weapon drawn, will slowly start approaching it. Okay. Is there anything I can see already?
As you step by Baylor with your weapon drawn, the moment in your anxiety and your worry slips from you for a second, and your weapon gets a little too close to the wall. You leave a little slit across the wall, and you watch as the wall itself starts to bleed. Pull it back reactively, holding your weapon a bit closer now than you were before. It doesn't seem to be reacting, other than just bleeding.
Okay.
Steel yourself and carry on, following the tunnel and walking around. It becomes immediately obvious what the aberration is. Not what because you know what it is, but because it's standing out so much. You see, ahead of you in the tunnel, some sort of a clump attached to the ceiling with 3 long appendages sort of like being held and attached to it, and very, very gently swinging from the ceiling.
Dingleberries.
No, I think I know what it is.
These tendrils are sort of like, again, like you see like 3 sort of like tendrils coming out.
Tendrils, right?
They're like, again, like the thing is 10 feet tall, the room.
Yes.
And it's sort of like, those bead curtains that you like have sometimes to kitchens, where it's just like that, but with like 3 big thick ones sort of now stands in front of you. There's only about a 2-foot gap below the floor where there isn't one of these. and at the bottom of each of them is a bigger clump of flesh that has lots of tiny spines and spikes coming off of it in a direction. They slowly sort of like rotate and turn slightly. Whatever creature it is, because it's definitely way beyond you what it actually is, seems to be asleep.
What I find weird about this, right, guys? It's kind of like we're walking down a mouth. And what do you come across when you walk down someone's mouth? I mean, you never do that in real life, but you come across, I think they're called tonsils, or no, the dangly little part at the end of your throat, right?
Yeah.
If it is a weird fucking monster, then yeah, you know, he probably has, instead of one, he has 3 of those with spikes on it. So I would just I would say walk past them and not touch them at all, because you know, otherwise, you know, if you touch them, you start puking or whatever. But
I will say your detect good and evil sort of like implicitly tells you that whatever this clump is attached to the ceiling with the tendrils is an individual creature. The wall itself and everything around is not an aberration, but that thing is.
How much space do we have to go around it?
Can we go around it?
Virtually none. There is about a 2-foot gap between each tentacle that you can try to squeeze through sideways if you would like, or you can lay down and crawl prone in the 2 feet gap between the end of the things.
Okay, so we could try crawling prone, and if somebody triggers it, I could quickly banish it.
I mean, I do have a pretty good proficiency in acrobatics.
Yeah.
And I've got good stealth. So
would it be possible? Would it be possible to misty step it?
I suppose so.
Definitely could be.
Yeah, I mean, just what I was thinking of doing.
I mean, we would all have to get through it. Like, it can't just be one of us. Well, maybe it could be just one of us.
No,
I mean, like, we all need to get past it. I think.
We stick together. Or nothing.
But I don't want to be prone.
Sid looks at Baylor, kind of pondering, like, what shall we do?
Okay, here's a thought. How wide and flat is the floor? Could we do another bag of holding shenanigans with Misty Step to get past it?
I mean, what I understand from that is that we can definitely just try to, like, crawl underneath. 2 feet, you said? That's fine.
The floor is not flat enough for you to be able to lay out the portable hole.
Okay.
Again, you're in sort of like a cylinder tunnel that you're walking through.
I think I'm just going to Misty Step it, but if you want to try crawling underneath.
I'm going to crawl.
Yeah, I'll make this motion to Sid.
Okay. Sid goes like...
Can the rest of us be prepared if it? The problem is it might react to him going underneath it, even if it doesn't touch him, sort of thing. So can the rest of us be ready to like attack it if it does go for him?
I mean, I can. Like, it's probably best if I go first. If anything bad, like it's very unlikely something bad will happen, and if something bad does happen to you guys, I could probably react quicker.
Well, here's the thing. I think we're overthinking it a little bit because we can see past it. We just gotta get past it. So let's just do that.
Let's just go.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
You said we knew what the aberration is. Do we actually? Is it something I recognize?
No, you know, Sid knows that it is an aberration, this thing that's attached to the ceiling. And he knows that the walls themselves are not aberrations because otherwise he'd feel it.
I got that. It's just the way you said it earlier, it sounded like we actually knew the kind.
Oh, sorry, no.
That's why.
You definitely do not. It is far beyond you what it is.
Great, alright. I mean, I think Sid is already just starting to move forward to it and goes prone to crawl underneath it.
Okay. I am going to require a fresh group stealth check from everyone.
Would I have to do a stealth check if I misty step it?
Your stealth check is in order to not wake it.
Okay. Do we still have pass without a trace?
You do.
If I had dice right now, I would blow on them. I'll blow my screen. All right, here we go.
Oh, no,
I have lucky.
actually-
I have lucky.
You went from a 2 to a 1. God damn.
And now we have a 29.
All
Okay,
right, all right.
I just
That
want
would've
to
been
take
bad.
a moment to note that I rolled a higher stealth than the rogue.
What?
I mean, if you went to that one anxie, I would imagine you just like walked into it.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
Oh, you get a natural 20. Fucking hell.
so that's the stealth checks done. Who's doing what in order to get past it?
Sid is proning underneath it.
Okay.
would it require a check to
If you Misty Step,
go?
it will not require you to make a check to move past it without touching it.
I missed a step for sure.
Andros, you too?
I mean, what check would it need? 'Cause you're just crawling under it. So unless you like bring your head up,
It will
Any
require
physical
some
abilities,
kind of
but-
check.
Well, it's not just
Okay,
crawling on.
just-
You're crawling on flesh, dude. You might go like,
Yeah.
you know, like.
to be safe, I'm going to miss this step as well.
I would do. I would also crawl.
Okay.
It depends on what the check is, what I'm going to do.
You will not know until you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
No, that makes sense. I agree.
Can you let Sid go first? No,
Sid
no.
insists to go first.
How are you going to traverse this, Baylor?
I'm going to use a spell that I've had since level 4 and I've never used before.
Oh,
I'm going to Misty Step.
Yeah,
you've got Misty
I
Step?
knew
What
that.
the fuck?
he does.
Sick.
He's got it for free as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't use a
God.
spell slot.
So that is point of order as well. Those of you that are Misty Stepping, are you going to do this before anyone crawls through? Wait for someone? What's the order? Who's going to tackle this when?
Sid is insisting to go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll-
we let Sid go first. I'll be ready to cast a spell if like it reacts in some way to Sid and attacks him.
I'll say if you are going to try to ready a spell, Sid's
You
going
can't
to be
Misty Step.
taking this very slowly, and you're going to be readying an action the entire time. It'll probably take you a couple of actions for him to fully get through, and you'll have to burn through a spell slot every action that it takes.
Well, I'll be readying a cantrip.
Which
Eldritch Blast.
cantrip? Oh, okay. All right.
Just to
I-
ready to like try and defend him if something happens.
Eldritch Blast would make a sound though. Do we want to awake all these aberrations?
Eldritch Blast is a rather loud spell.
Yeah, I don't think you want that.
I mean, Sid getting eaten would also be pretty loud.
Guys,
Let's see what happens first before we decide
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
about it.
Sid is already on the floor.
I will Misty Step as soon as Sid is clear.
Same
Okay, so
after
you'll-
Baylor.
So you're waiting for Sid to get to the other side first, then you'll miss step
Mhm.
across, then you'll wait for Torin to get across.
Mhm.
Okay. Sid. While you are stealthing, which you have scored a 17 on, you now also need to make a dexterity check.
Do you have an inspiration
Could-
or something?
Could
Maybe
Baylor
that's fine.
guidance him before he goes?
I'm going to say no.
For dexterity, it's not that bad of a roll.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
It's not bad, it's 15.
Sid, you make yourself prone on the floor. This thing feels disgusting. It feels like you're sort of pulling yourself along a sort of wettish rubber. And even though you're trying to be stealthy, as you pull yourself, you feel it, like with wet rubber, it sort of sticks to your skin and like drags against it. And you feel yourself constantly needing to like lift up your body and gently move over it, then put it back down. Because otherwise you'd start making a sort of like screeching noise as the rubber rubbed against your skin. Or as the flesh rubbed against your skin, rather. You very slowly, carefully move yourself under. First, your head goes under, and you stop for a second to turn and look up at it. Out of pure morbid curiosity, you see above you a slightly open, gnarled mouth, and something drips down off that mouth and lands right on your cheek as you're looking up at it. Kind of burns your cheek a little. Not enough to do damage, but enough to make you sort of like wince and like a tear form at the edge of your sort of like at the corner of your eye. Turn your head back down and slowly start to put your arms out one by one and pull yourself across. You're about halfway under, and you can feel just soft bile-like liquid that's coated all around this sort of fleshy tunnel. Move your hand once more, and you feel a tiny little stab in your buttock as one of the small needle-like pincers touches against you, and then whoosh, the tentacle reaches down, wraps around you, and grabs you in an instant. And that's where the session's going to end.
God damn.
Oh, I'm gonna die again.
This time you can't even be rest.
I know.
How
I mean, at this point,
much did he had to fucking roll?
I would imagine quite high.
Well,
15 is high.
I mean, yeah, we can work it out. I mean, we can get past it, I'm sure.
I mean, honestly, we got really fucking far without any, a lot of spells, lots of things and such. You know,
we could just teleport back and say to like Terry, "Oh, there's a, yeah, it's weird."
It's weird.
Now we gotta go further. Wait.
We need to accomplish something in the hall, not just ignore it, right?
Wait. Don't we have
That's accomplishment.
Don't we have a spell that creates an area of silence?
Carnellen had that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Zinni has that as well.
If you guys were nicer to Carney, maybe he would have been here and helped us.
Probably
Carney.
Zinni is still on that horse, T-posing. Yeah. That's not
I also don't know if Carnellen would join us in the hole. He does seem to be a bit of a coward when it comes to really scary shit.
I can imagine him like teleporting to us again, and just like nope, teleporting away.
I do want to say that this has been one of my favorite sessions so far.
I agree. Yeah.
Everybody loves a bit of body horror.
No, but it's also like it's been one of the most interesting sessions with a lot of roles that had nothing to do with combat, right?
Yeah.
So,
lots of checks.
Yeah, which is
made it very, very tense.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. Like I've been under pressure like the whole fucking session, and I hate it.
I love as well. Like Baylor's like, Shift is like very, very calm, listening to all this shit, and in the meantime, Platt and me are just pulling the weirdest faces the whole time because we're just like,
yeah.
I mean, I just like felt like while we're doing all the strategies and such, like Torrens like, I want to shoot an arrow at it.
Well, you can now. Probably can now. Yeah.
Now can now.
That silent arrow would work real well here.
Yeah.